Neo space. Fishless. What in the world? You want your balls tickled? It's crazy. Oh, that nigga academics on this Diddy is just, come on, bro. Ah, you just can't, bro. You said go to main menu and click deck. Exit the event. Oh. Okay, all right. Let me see what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, now I can see everything. Dogma. Plasma and Dogma. Dystopia. You said Neo's Lord? I got that nigga. You talking about this nigga right here? This one? I don't know how to make this shit, bro. I've been trying to do this shit for 2 days, bro. I don't know how to. I'm fucking retarded, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how to. Like, I got all the shit. I got all that shit, but I don't know how to. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, bro. I need to put all this stuff in there, but it's too much stuff. It's just too much. I'm trying to figure out what the mode is. I don't even know like what is the. Like, it's just too much. It's like so much different variations of these niggas, but I don't know. I know I need this nigga though. I need him for sure. Evil Mental Hero Neos and When Affect My shirt. Okay, and I'm assuming I need all these niggas, right? I need all these niggas. Him. This one. This one. I need this one. Right? I'm gonna need this one. Right? I'm gonna need this one. Oh, wait. He said stop. Okay, hold on. Go back. Okay. All right. He said put that one in there. Okay. And this one. All right, bet. All right, hold on. Let me get my camera, bro. I'm finna roll this blunt. We finna get right. Yeah, it's a good day to play some Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. I sold all my good cards so I could be Elemental Hero, nigga. On God in heaven. Once I seen that new card, I was like, oh, yep, I bought that structure deck. And then I fucking got all them extra cards. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Push square button so you click. Okay, hold on. I'm put my camera on. Hold on. I'm getting right. Yep. It's time to get ready. Yeah, just give me 1 second, bro. Okay, do that, and then press this, and then press this, and then press this, and then press this. Turn camera on, put that right there. Oh, hold on now, put that shit on. This one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hold on, let me. Stand the shirt on, cut it. You feel me? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, dog, get your ass off me. Okay. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay, you said press. You said press square, right? You said press square. All right, bet press square. And then, oh, okay. And then bring up all of these, right? So they're mentioning that bit, which by the way was not excluded if you didn't know. In pre-trial, the judge did not agree that video tainted the jury pool and should not be. That man said press square. All right. So it says, so there was never another album he hit casting the head of Joe Biden here. He stopped her face in an SUV that made her stay in the hotel. Square in the middle. Square in the middle. Square in the middle. What do that mean? Oh shit, hold on. He said press square in the middle. Hold on. Do you see the word auto on the screen? Yeah. Right here. Square, auto. Okay, yeah, right there. Okay, boom. Okay. Deck construction method. Add the rest of the cards. Unknown cards. I never did this before. I don't know. I never did this one. You got to tell me what this do. Click confirm. Oh shit. Okay. Confirm. Okay. What the fuck? Nah, bro. I gotta do the Walmart version though. See, no, we gotta use our brain and we gotta like, cause I don't have triples and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a single card deck nigga, bro. I never do doubles, bro. I get the one card of it and then I just bust it down. You feel me? I don't have enough to make the like nigga. This the super expensive deck right here. I don't got the super expensive. Okay, hold on. How do I? Okay, let me just go back. Hold on. See, watch this. See, I got this. I'm gonna show you. See, I got this. See, like, right? See, like, I don't even know how the fuck you just did that shit, but like, see, I went like this, like, I do this, right, for him, right, and then I put related cards, and then it just showed me all the stuff all the hero stuff. Then I gotta just make a deck out of all the stuff that I already got, but I can't put no doubles unless I ain't got no money. I only got one. You know what I'm saying? If you want a budget, click in only before confirm. Okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, let me see. Square, and then put in only. Okay, let's see. Come on. Oh, nah, it did just, hey, hold on, I ain't never, hold on, wait, stop, I never, okay, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Dang, hold on, I never know you could. So okay, but like, is this like situational? You feel me? Gonna be better than me just trying to make one with all the ones I got though. Like, you feel me? Like, some of the stuff that I got just not in here. You get what I'm saying? It will add cards depending on. Hold on, bro. I gotta see the chat, bro. I can't see all what you saying. Hold on. Fuck do I do that shit? Overlay option. Display shadow. Option. Move camera. Fuck. Hold on. No, I'd have to go to settings and shit. I ain't got time for that shit right now. Okay, now push R1 triangle to change the standard to event. R1 triangle. Dice event. Okay. But I'm saying though, so like this would be better than me just because like as you can see, like you know what I'm saying, because you were in the event, you were not allowed to use auto build. Okay. Okay, but I'm saying is the auto build thing like better than I'm saying, you know what I mean? Because I guess, it did put like pretty much all the shit on there. I ain't gonna stunt. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess though, I can fuck with it. I just gotta do some reading. I gotta do a lot of reading. Like yeah, reading's gonna be real important. Yeah, cause I ain't never. I guess. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna try it. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Let me do my what is it? Circle, save, every turn. All right, boom, right. Magnifies the power of hyaluronic acid to deliver hydration deep within the skin surface, giving you a refreshed, juicy skin. Okay, and then. Oh shit! Hold on, I fucked up. Hold on. Here with it, right? And then go here with it. And then I gotta put the slaps on, so I'm just thinking like, I think I'm gonna do these, cause I like that one though. Shit go crazy. Do that one. Move this. Move that, and now I think I'm gonna keep that Sky Striker shit on. Nah, damn near I'm gonna put the Dragon Mage on. The little Dragon Mage go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Can't go wrong with the Dragon Mage. All right, bet. And then mind fuck. Hold on. All right, let's go. Let me see. I'm gonna try that shit. Fuck it. We're gonna see. Currently, it's the quick version, but Sunrise, DPE, and Neo's Lord, the card you just added first, was themed around it. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, it's like my first time trying to do like the hero shit. Like I be doing like the shiny sarcophagus. I do like the M-Setis. You feel me? I use like I was doing some other shit. So like that's my first time I ever tried this one, bro. So I'm gonna see. Cause like I'm an old nigga, but I grew up like on this one in the first Yu-Gi-Oh! And this nigga right here, this was the one nigga when that Elemental Hero shit came out. That was going crazy. Oh yeah, let me see. Copy from my deck. Then you register. Your deck will be deleted. Yes. Event. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one they just made. All right, bet. Okay. Select. Yes. I gotta roll this blunt. Hold on. You gotta give me 1 second, cause I can't do nothing till I smoke some weed. I ain't gonna lie, gotta smoke some weed. YouTube, this is for medical and medicinal, educational purposes. This is my medicine that I got from my doctor in the hood, and it works for my anxiety, and it keep me ready to keep streaming on YouTube and playing this game. Feel me? Yeah, this is like superpowers right here. I'm finna roll the Zazas. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, you always got the little bops like. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do this shit right quick. It's time. Man, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that Diddy case, man. Academics, DJ Academics. You gotta watch that Diddy case, boy. That shit going crazy right now. Diddy is a different kind of monster, but he's the same animal, but he a different beast. You feel me? He the same animal, but he a different kind of beast.
amidst all this violence. He and his inner circle worked to cover up his crime. The video at the LA hotel, you will hear how just
Cause that is pretty crazy, bro. It's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, man.
For all of this, he's charged with multiple federal crimes, racketeering, conspiracy. Cassie and Jane will tell you about the most painful experiences of their lives.
Hell yeah, that man just showed me something on Yu-Gi-Oh! I ain't never know I could do. I never know I could just auto build a deck, but I did not know that. I did not know that. I've been playing this game every day for a long time, and I just never knew that. I just never knew that. I just never knew that. Alright, bet. I'm pretty sure I can start it now. Let's go. Ooh.
Yeah. Just type of personal assistant MIA. Okay, we'll figure out what that is in a second. Yes. So his personal assistant.
Alright, I like going first. Let that time run out so I can roll this little, I mean. It's a new feature since the last update. It did say notifications. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'll never go in notification, bro. I never check the notification on this game. I only check like the money, like if I got some points, some coins. Oh, I got a nigga. Some kind of way I just summoned the dude. I didn't even do nothing. Hey, I just gotta hold on, bro.
So it says, there's some of these witnesses. Remember, these witnesses not victims. So Chef can be a witness, not victim.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here, bro. I ain't even have to do nothing. I'm straight rolling the blunt. He just quit the game. That is so unfortunate. But I'll take those points though. I'll take those points all day. Come on. I didn't even get to do the powers. Like, come on, bro.
Because think about it. If these women are saying they want to do it, and the escorts are the ones fucking them or beating in their mouth or whatever the case is, the escorts are doing the crime.
Oh, nice. Okay, so when you land on the spot, you get the power. The rarities of card spaces will be raised. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I bet. Yeah. Okay. Just like some board game shit. All right. Like some Mario Party shit. Oh, I'm dead. Chinese dude finna wreck me. Nah. Chinese dude finna wreck me, bro. It's over. Bro, he got the Doom guy. Right, he got the Doom guy. I don't even, bro.
So clearly, there's going to be video shown of the freak offs where Diddy saying, yo, Cassie, swallow that pitch, take that, like, whatever.
I got the free card. Oh shit, let's see. Okay, when you use cards normal summon, you can activate one card, destroy, spell the trap cards on the field up to the number field, add one hero monster from your deck to your hand. Discard is normal summon, you can take one of your destiny monsters from your deck and finish placing on the top of your deck. I know what that does. Add one element to your mouth. Let's do that.
4 doors in Jane's home, not even a year ago. Who is Jane? Jack, do we have an idea who Jane is? Do we have an idea who Jane is,
Jack? Yo. I don't know what's going on, bro, but like, why everybody quit, bro? Come on, Chinese dude, you're supposed to give me the banger. Chinese dude is supposed to run it. That's hella funny.
That's going to be interesting too, because they're going to have to explain to them if you have 4 or 5 victims, why they're here, why it's only 2. So that's going to have to be explained. They already brought it up in pre-trial that one of the victims that called Ghost, which we all know would probably happen there. Who the hell is Jay? Somebody says
both players will have a starting hand with one more card. Okay.
Even though it would line up.
I don't know what's going on, bro. Alright.
Part of this, I know, by the way, sex crimes, and there is no thing as snitching when it comes to sex crimes and domestic violence and shit like that. At least when I look at shit like that, snitching is for
That's what I need to get, bro. I need to get the little hero city, and I need to get the hero guy. That's what I need, bro. I'm about to do that. Spend some coins on that.
Right? That's a personal assistant. And let's say you will see the agreement with the hotel guard, barring him from speaking after he got paid $100,000 for the video. You'll hear him manipulate Jane to say she wanted it. His threats to not pay for her home and text with staff about it. Ooh, so Jane, he was paying for her home, and he was telling staff, "I'm not paying for the shit if he doesn't get his way." He says, "I actually do three things: pay attention to the evidence, follow the judge's instruction on the law, use your common sense, and you will reach a verdict that Sean Combs is guilty." The judge now says, who is going to speak for the defense? Interestingly enough, and this is a great strategy, this had to be a hell of a pregame strategy, right? Think about the Super Bowl. This pregame strategy probably just as important as like your heads and tails, or are we going to go with a run first strategy or a pass first strategy? So the strategy here is, even though Mark Agafilio is the lead, they're going with the woman who is a second or co-lead. She's going to be doing the intro. Again, remember, women speaking up on you not being an abuser to a woman or a predator woman on face value looks better. Why would I heard that? Teddy's an amazing attorney, just to give her process well. So Teddy says, this case is about law, jealousy, and money. They're trying to turn it into a racketeering case. It won't work. You're the jury. You'll evaluate the witnesses, and finally, the story can come out. This case ain't what's heard on the news. Sean Combs is fascinating. Grew up in Harlem. He built a lawful business. He worked for it. Created a culture. Produced music. That changes generation. What is he'll share with you that he's
Yeah. That's when I get that Stratos. Yeah. That's when I get that Stratos. Yeah, like stop playing with me, bro. Oh, you're a fucker. You're a fucker. You're just come on, bro. You're just you just sold my whole plan. All right, bro. All right. I'm not dead though. I just gotta fucking, you know what I mean? I don't do no fucking reading, bro. Susan Day, Asher Bennett, materials mission on it from your field or the graveyard. Alright, let me do that. Then I can still use that nigga in the graveyard.
This case is about Sean Combs' private sex life. The government has no business in that. These hard-working individuals were educated from Harvard to Harvard.
Special summon, you can add one card with favorite in its name. This card special summon, must be controlled against 200 for each different attribute you control. If this card special summon, you can add one miracle fusion from your hand. This card should be using to summon monster. Special
but he's not being tried for that. He's being tried for running a racketeering enterprise. This is about domestic violence. Now, the AUSA comes in and says, domestic violence is not.
This card special, you can add one miracle fusion. Alright, but do that.
He's in charge with. So by the way, it looks like they may have, the Jackson somehow got. I don't know how the AUSA does it, whatever. So basically, I guess since Teddy says this is about domestic violence, the AUSA wants to correct it because even though it's usually an open and closed statements, you allow those people to kind of do more of a narrative type rant. You can't have to say big shit. I mean, so AUSA says, whoa, domestic violence ain't sex trafficking. How do you get charged with domestic violence? We will not be sitting through an AV trial.
I think I just hold myself. No! Fuck it, bro. I don't know what I'm doing, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I gotta learn it. Cause I thought I could use my nigga in my hand in that 5 nigga, but I can't. This card special, you got one card favorite in there for the. Equip only 20 level 5 hero monster, 8 control. Fields on attack. This is attacking better, so activate fields on. Special summon one fusion monster for every mission heroes. Ignoring it. Let's do that for that. Chapter 1.
So this is a 10. Says domestic violence is not sex trafficking. Have you been so essentially what they're trying to say is if Diddy was guilty of anything.
Alright, bro. Just cause I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I think I just sold myself. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. What is like he's just doing stuff. I don't know what the stuff is. Like what is the goal is to get these niggas out and then what do they do? Like what do the even elemental heroes even do? Now here this nigga go. Now he finna summon up Methuselah on my shit. Watch.
Something else. Y'all charged him with sex trafficking. And they don't believe he's guilty of sex trafficking. Says he's not guilty of this crime. This trial goes on, we're gonna take on accountability, we will not shy away.
What the fuck?
Also says Sean Combs had a little bit of a different sex life. We're all getting something.
No, no, no!
You will evaluate these. They made free choice every day for years. Ask yourself, what are all the ways this individual had the ability to make these choices? Ask, what's this person getting? Something they want? It ain't different. Jealousy drove choices of the victims.
Wait! No, where'd my nigga go?
He was always.
Oh my goodness.
He was not
I'm just lost in the sauce. This is what happens when you don't read.
Jealousy. Sean Combs is extremely jealous as well. You might think it's hypocritical. They remain in multi-year relationships with him. These women were in love with him. Infidelity and jealousy drove the violence, alcohol, drugs, drove things. But he's not a racketeer. This case is about his relationship with Cassie and Jane. You will hear about the swinger part. They'll testify about things that they really should never heard in court. I mean, that he liked to watch. Okay, you may not like that, but you're not here to judge him for his sexual preference. A wealthy rapper paid for these women homes and vacations. He's not charged with being a flawed individual. These women fought to be in a relationship with Cassie. I expect you'll hear from her. This is going to be about the 11-year relationship. Combs with Kim Porter, the mother of his 4 kids, he continued with her until death from pneumonia in 2018. He fights with Cassie. The fights were about cheating. This is a toxic relationship. They love each other though. Cassie will tell you about how the jealousy of Kim Porter, then Gina, the day. See, now we're hearing about Gina. So maybe it is Gina. I don't know. It might not be Gina because, technically there should be a second. If you're saying the name on Jacob, you shouldn't say her name. Period. The day of the hotel, jealousy was on display. Violence by the elevator man 10 years ago. You will see later today what Combs did in that video is indefensible. The video was not evidence of sex trafficking. Cassie walked out the hotel room with 2 bags. Combs comes down wearing only a towel. He stops her, drags her by the hoodie. He comes back around to get a phone. What causes a fight about a phone? Phones keep secrets of infidelity. As soon as he gets the phone, he sits down. He's physically disgusted. Cassie calls the security. You'll hear from him later today. The guard tells him to leave the public area. You will see Cassie tell him to get back into the hotel. They stay together for 2 more years after the incident. Even in 2018, they're fighting to stay together. She saw a photo of Diddy with Gina, and he started with her in 2014. Ooh, never mind. Gina might be the person. Looked like he started fucking Gina in 2014, which would be 5 years before the video was seen. Remember I told you it was 10 years? 2014? We'll see. Cassie had a choice every single day this week. That was her better choice until she broke up with him. She wasn't coerced. When she left, there were no repercussions. This is a trainer that Combs is a trainer. The only playoffs you will see at this trial were on her phone, not his. And it looked like Cassie kept the videos of the breakup. That's kind of odd. That is odd. Why would Cassie have the videos? Maybe she could have been saving them and saying, when I get broke later on, I'm coming to the birthday. I got the free clothes. Fuck that. Anyway, remember in her lawsuit, she was saying he was pregnant with me with releasing it. Why would she still have it? Anyway, I digress. In November of 2018, Kim Porter passed away from pneumonia. Cassie did everything to be there for him. She flew to Georgia amidst a breakup. She flew to be with him. Combs says Kim was my soulmate. The end of the relationship with Combs and Cassie was triggered by that. Oh shit, now you know. Looked like when Diddy admitted that, I think he said that, Diddy, Kim Porter, it was an Instagram post, soulmate. He admitted, it was an Instagram post where he said she was his soulmate. Let me find it. Oh my god, Atlanta Constitution or something. I think this was it. Oh, that post, yeah. today I'm going to pay tribute to him and try to find the words to explain our unexplainable relationship. He did call her his soulmate eventually. Yeah. We were more than best friends, Gabe. We were more than best friends. We were soulmates. Wow. Wow. Okay. So now we're finding out Cassie was like, damn, you still in love with that shit? Alright, I'm good. Like, yeah, what the fuck? Alright. Cassie realized all the things she would. Okay. The end of the relationship with Combs, Cassie was triggered by that. Cassie realized all the things she would not be. She wanted to be Combs' wife, the love of his life. She spent 11 years trying to get that. Cassie married the trainer and is pregnant with her third child. Evaluate Combs' intent at the time. For those 11 years, the messages will show she was a willing participant of their sex life. Cassie's testimony this week can't change that. In 2020 with Jane, Combs was more upfront. He told her he was dating other women. She was still jealous. Jane wanted in public. He proposed a consensual threesome. They went to a private hotel. I expect to say she enjoyed it. You see why I got the woman doing it? You gotta have a woman in this type of game. Because if there's a guy saying, oh, this bitch enjoyed it. Yeah, he wasn't shit, but come on. She was kind of cool. You gotta have Teddy. You're getting money for that. Teddy says, Jake was so desperate to be with them, to give him things others could. She tried to make it more than sexual. I'm not even sure how she'll put it. But it always came back to the parties in the hotel rooms. This was their time together. Jane did it for the couple. This might be a typo. Did it for what? She wanted to make him happy. She was unable to resist him emotionally. There was a phone call in November 2023. Even after she flew out to see him many more times, it was toxic, but she was willing. Being a willing participant in your sex life is not sex trafficking.
This is the first part.
You will see her jealousy. She would see you on social media with another woman, and she would send messages of regret. It's not coerced. She was driven to try to be in first place. This was the way to try to get there. It's not a crime. There was a night a year ago when Jake hit Combs. It was born out of jealousy. He hit her back. She was overcome by jealousy. She slammed his head. She slammed his head onto the kitchen counter. Months later, she flew to see him and invited an escort. She will call it one of her best nights, a wild kidnap.
That's Gina.
Whatever you want to call it. So they must
It's the first one, right? Part one, first day. So I think Cassie came like in the second day or the third day.
If she get up there and says she never liked that, we're gonna show the text message. Bitch, did you say last night was a really lit wild king night or whatever they want to call it? This will be hard to watch. There are one word: intimate. The government told you about somebody named Mia. Why are they making these allegations now? You will conclude that everyone has a motive. With Mia, she's never said this before, nor when she first started cooperating with the government. If this was so hostile, why none of these bitches ain't called the police? Why none of these hoes ain't called the fucking police? They're vindictive. Their motive is simple: money. Cassie filed a public lawsuit in 2023. She was living with her parents in a modest home in Connecticut. Then she went to a civil lawyer. The civil lawyer is here today. Ooh, you know what that civil lawyer is? That's Douglas Cassie lawyer. Wow. Cassie lawyer is from Meredith, who is at Wigner LLP, which I think is whatever. Anyway, so that's Cassie's lawyer. Actually, a really good lawyer. Really good fucking lawyer for civil cases. Right? They don't do the Tony Buzzy and Tyrone Blackburn bullshit. Right? They're that's why they got paid. Okay, here we go. They went to civil lawyers to make a money grab. Cassie demanded $30 million. Another asked for $22 million. How many millions of reasons do these witnesses have to lie? The evidence will not make out the charges. Oh, on bribery. So some other one was asking for 22. I'm guessing that's James. On bribery. This is about the Intercontinental Hotel. He did pay a security to make the footage go away. That was solely to prevent bad publicity, not to prevent the case. There was no law enforcement investigation. So they're essentially saying, yeah, he paid for the footage to go away. But that's a PR move. That's not to hinder an investigation, which technically would be obstruction of justice in all 50 states and definitely federally. But there was no law enforcement investigation because she didn't even go to the police and nobody reported it. The kidnapping related to an employee. She worked for him for 10 years. He asked to work for him again. Drug trafficking? Oh, hell no. Did he just love drugs? He wasn't.
Aspen
Dental offers same-day appointments so you can get the care you need. Get it today.
New Airhead Sour Bars. They start sour.
Hi, I'm Carol.
And they stay sour.
Hi, I'm Carol.
Airheads have more fun.
List your vacation rentals on Booking.com opens the door to more guests. Like this function. Please do not words. For this fine company. For the bookings you dreamed of, list your vacation rentals on Booking.com.
He wasn't moving the shit around like Pablo Escobar. They worked hard. They were there to do something great and novel. Everything was free choice. There ain't no goddamn conspiracy. He was paying different men for their time and experience. Foreign actors get paid. Hulkamania. Cowboys for Angels. You can pay money for time and experience. That's all Sean Combs is doing. You're not here to impose your morality on this man. If he like freak-offs, he like his girl getting pissed in her mouth. If he like that type of shit, that's his kid. If you listen, you'll find him not guilty of these crimes. Thank you. Opening statement's done, y'all. Oh yeah. Now they broke the lunch real quick. Brian Steele is now acting up. He got a veteran. So the jury leaves sloppy lunch, but Brian Steele wants to object. He says we'll be objecting to the two exhibits. So Brian Steele is going over. Brian Steele is really a godsend. I'm telling you, that nigga is true. When I see him do a Young Thug's case, that nigga is the motherfucking truth. So, he's good at all these objections. He's gonna turn this shit into a shit show for the prosecutor. Hey, we're objecting to these exhibits. Again, remember, you gotta object, preserve the record, okay? Like you can see, look, objection, preserving record. You'll see. To preserve an issue for appeal, a counsel must properly object to rulings or actions during the trial. So, we all know what's going on. Cool. So, Brian Steele objects to two exhibits. The judge says, in the future, I'd like to hear this the day before. So, the judge is kind of like chirping back at Brian Steele saying, hey, you have all the evidence they're going to present. This is nothing new. Don't hit me like right before they want to do it, right? Tell me it. AUSA says, we only learned they objected. This is about an incident report about the hotel hallway in Broken Bays. This report has an addendum. So it looked like maybe Brian Steele was right after all because they added some things to the report. And Brian Steele says in the third paragraph, he writes, he did not want Mr. Combs to see Cassie out in front. He talks about a co-worker. And by the way, this is where a lot of trials are won. The trials are won with these motions. That's why people think YNW Melly has a chance on retrial. Because if they had been sticklers to follow the motions and do the pre-trial shit to make sure certain stuff can't get brought into court, it's a different case that the jury will hear, and that might go your way. Brian Steele ain't gonna let nothing pass by him, and that's gonna help increase the chance that Diddy beats this. So you see Brian Steele, third paragraph, he writes that he didn't want Combs to see Cassie out in front. He talks about a co-worker at ADEY. Mr. Combs about to yell, this is speculation. We can't let speculation into court. Good observation and good point to raise. Okay? They're not back. Before we get to that, I didn't want to play. There's somebody in court.
For the opening.
There is someone in court. One Crime's got somebody there. They did step out and give a little bit of audio, and you're going to see the madness outside the court. This is, I believe, the Thurgood Marshall Court in Manhattan. And yeah, this is the streets are blocked off, but it's popping back. Let's hear from Elizabeth Phillips.
Inside that courtroom, just because of just how crazy it is. I mean, you can just see the lines just going all the way back with media. It's going all the way back just with the public. Just so some people can either, one, watch the trial, get a glimpse of Diddy's family members coming in and outside of the courtroom, and even as well as see his attorneys whose members include Brian Steele, Mark Agnifilo, Mark Garrido playing kind of that defensive advisory type of role. So it's crazy out here, especially, chains on, as well as his attorney was inside that courtroom as well too. You have all of Diddy's children, with the exception of his youngest daughter, Love, were inside that courtroom. So that includes Quincy Brown, Justin Combs, Christian Combs, Delilah Combs, Chance Combs, Jeffrey Combs. Chance's mother was inside that courtroom. Diddy's mother was inside that courtroom. The daughter of Diddy's youngest daughter was inside that courtroom. And then you have the twins' caregiver, who is also
Yo, what's up with
Yo.
this nigga right here? His waist low-key kind of spinning though. Look at this thing. With the daughter of Diddy's youngest daughter has one. What the fuck?
his daughter was inside that courtroom. Diddy's mother was inside that courtroom. The daughter of Diddy's youngest daughter was inside that.
The daughter. Okay, that got to be a Freudian slip. Because Diddy's youngest daughter is Baby Love, and she's like, who? How the hell is she? She can't have. I think it needs the mother of Diddy's youngest daughter.
Opening statements just to get this jury selected, because it went down from
Right.
43 to 18 today. And so a lot of people were inside that courtroom, body to body, and what can you expect Diddy's first day of trial? So this is, just a little bit of what we were expecting today, but it's crazy out here.
And I would encourage everybody to check out what you're posting on X, Twitter. Because earlier today you actually posted that you saw Rodney Lil Rod Jones, one of the first people to sue Sean Combs. He was outside the courthouse. We were always expecting who would end up showing up during the course of this trial. Talk to us about the jury. Who is this jury? What can you tell about how they're
We need a racial breakdown, gender breakdown. Let's get it.
reacting so far to opening statements? I mean, NBC has reported you have one juror who's a 69-year-old male, another juror who's a 31-year-old male, another one 51-year-old male, you have a 42-year-old female, and you have different numbers to them. But what are you determining based on the jury? What's the makeup, and how are they positioning? How are they reacting to the opening statement so far?
Kind of a hard question to have, or answer, I should say, just because of where I was sitting inside the gallery. It was really hard to kind of.
By the way, we got a poll going on King Academics right now. We have 15,000 strong, just on one page. And the question is Diddy cooked? And 5,600 votes on the King Academics YouTube page. 65% of people say yes. So I think we're gonna do daily polls on this. If you guys change your minds, definitely vote whatever way you might feel about this. Right?
Every single one of their faces when both sides were presenting opening statements. But what I did see from being inside that gallery was some people jotting notes, some people just very much intently listening to both Emily Johnson for the prosecution as well as Tony Garagos for the defense. But as far as the makeup goes, I kind of just took their jury numbers and compared them to the notes that I took last week when I was here for jury selection. You have one who's a scientist, one whose brother is a security guard, who was arrested but didn't know the charges. You have one person who's part of a union job who works for the Department of Corrections, another person who is now retired but previously used to work at Verizon. You had
You poll going on in the Academy chat as well, okay?
another person
We got 16 strong over there.
friend is a detective, friend is a security guard. But as far as the defense was kind of making their objections today as far as jury selection goes, and just kind of the objections they made that the government was striking 7 black jurors, that type of thing. There were still black jurors that are going to be serving on this panel for the decisions going into those deliberations, and agents, all different walks of life as well too.
So the only thing he's guilty of.
So I'm gonna we hear some comments there.
The only thing he's guilty of being a black man. Hilarious.
Benadryl allergy liquid. Now, there's a great tasting way to get powerful allergy relief. Bring it. Get radiant glowing skin in 1 week. Try Aveeno Positively Radiant Clean Nutrition Source. Aveeno. It's your time to cash in. So don't just play. Stay. At Northern California's premier casino resort. Book your getaway now at cashcreek.com.
That's a lot of cereal. Prices going up everywhere. It's Goodbye Steaks. Hello, cereal.
This is Grocery Outlet, and your family can still have steaks for dinner. Follow me. At Grocery Outlet, we have an amazing selection of meats, like beef, pork, chicken, all within your family's budget, even today. Hello, steak and chicken and pork chops. Grocery Outlet, market. Sorry, got excited.
So I'm And by the way, just to reiterate something that you mentioned before, the first argument we heard from the defense today was saying that the prosecution, they raised what's called a Batson challenge to their preemptory challenges, saying you're striking jurors based on race, which is improper. The judge didn't side with it. They got a jury selected. Talk about opening statements. I want to start with the prosecution. Emily Johnson, what was the main theme of today, and did you learn something new?
We're going to get this updated. By the way, they did come back for lunch, so we got some more information. But we just want to get through this because again, this first one's important. You get some actual information about what happened in court, and then we'll slide right over to the update about what happened just here, okay? I think we're probably going to see, they're going to call the first witness as we're going to see here, but we're going to go get to that in a second. Let me go here.
Used as, alleged victim number one, but the government came out and just automatically just named her. They talked about the incident where Diddy found out Cassie was seeing another man, and that Diddy took his gun and his bodyguard, and Diddy threatened to allegedly kill this man that Cassie was with.
Kushigard, thank you for watching. You're watching from India with love. Some of us too as well.
Emily Johnson talked about how he had beat Cassie so brutally that he also had to take control of her. He kept videos of Cassie sleeping with escorts and threatened to use them against her. These are the types of things we had already known and were already kind of painted out inside those indictments that the government had written up and that type of sort. Diddy referring himself as a king, which is kind of ironic. He has a giant king crown on the back of his neck. Emily Johnson spoke about the defendant using his inner circle to manipulate women that for a while.
Now, I don't think they could bring up the fact of Diddy's tattoos. That was a big thing about Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez had an AK-47 tattoo right here. Here's Tory. Look. Tory Lanez. Shirtless. And,
what's up, man?
This is the tattoo right here. What was said is that if Tory took the stand,
just chilling, man. Just chilling.
To court. But if he didn't take the stand, they couldn't bring up this in the trial, and they never brought it up. But if he did take the stand, they could have asked him about it. And obviously he didn't take the stand. But, it just goes to show, like, if someone has a certain tattoo, apparently we're now realizing that these freak-offs were called Wild King Nights. So they're also kind of throwing out to say Diddy has this king, like this king mentality.
Man, I don't know. I ain't heard him, man. On this Yu-Gi-Oh.
It kind of, doubles down on that type of theory. I don't believe that they're going to be allowed to use that as something to help make their case. Okay? By the way, there's still a question, will Diddy take the stand? There's a lot of questions about that. We got to consider that in the sense of, if Diddy doesn't take the stand to explain some of these things that could be like, okay, either way, there's going to be a mountain of not only evidence, but a mountain narrative that Diddy is this freak or creep. And I think there's a possibility that Diddy has to take a stand to just explain to himself and say, hey, I'm not going to lie, I'm a wild boy. Yeah, I'm a freaky ass nigga. But I'm a freaky ass consensual sex ass nigga. And
that nigga said I'm a freaky ass consensual sex ass nigga. That nigga's stupid. I'm watching that academics nigga P. Diddy case. Yeah, he's fucking cooked. Like, he's cooked so good.
Is that T-Bone? So Bone.
Man, just chilling, man. Just playing this Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Oh, no, it's Yu-Gi-Oh event, nigga. It's cooked. I'm trying to get this 3,000. I'm locked in.
What?
3,000 gems on this Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like $50 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh points. You feel me? And all I gotta do is play this shit. So I just gotta get right. It's time.
So that watch me do, bro.
then they went into kind of, the allegations specifically, there's a group with how, they were,
You said what?
Sure.
But yeah, nah, it's a wrap.
happened as far as putting on a whole bunch of
He did that. I ain't gonna lie.
sort, and so these were types of things that we had already known about. I think some of the more interesting points also go to Jane, as far as the other alleged victim. She was a single mom. She said Diddy around 2020 when Diddy was single, when Jane was single, but Diddy was seeing other people. Diddy introduced Jane to the freak off, and she had tried one just.
We want to figure out who Jane is. I'm trying to do some research here.
Hello? You so funny, man. That nigga was just talking to him and he just disappeared. I told you that nigga be disappeared. He just be gone. 1 minute he here, next minute that nigga just gone.
Just to kind of appease him, that Jane didn't want to do.
That nigga said hello.
Hire men on her own that works in the porn industry. So she
Hell yeah. Nigga done went to that job interview, nigga.
Allegedly participated in these types of activities. So
yeah.
Kind of the big things that were pointed out as far as the government.
Yeah, shit, nigga. That nigga said he gonna call me next week, nigga. Should be working, nigga. It's cool. He said he gotta hire. It's like for some boat shit, nigga. That's my pops, nigga, helped me get a job at his job. So it's like some boat dock shit, bro. Yeah, that shit on Mare Island right here in Vallejo, nigga. So shit cool, I guess. Man, I don't even know. I ain't even talk to that nigga about no money. I just went up in there. We was talking about like what positions he needed and feel me. We just really chopping it up and shit for real. We really didn't get to no business. Cause like I was just like asking that nigga like how long he was working there, like what type of shit he was in. He's from New Orleans. He like the manager of the whole little like boat dock shit or whatever. So I don't know. I was just like, man,
I don't know. You about to get a bent.
just put me on there, nigga. Some facilities, nigga. That nigga was talking about I could train you how to do whatever. Like I need electrician, I need welder, nigga. I need all that stuff. I was like, nah. It's like nigga, I'm trying to nigga get with the facilities niggas. He was like, yeah, they just do regular shit. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm a regular nigga, man. He said I cut some grass, put some. And he said they install air conditioners. They be moving little shit. They clean out rooms. I was like, yeah, that's right on my level, nigga, right there. Come through and chill. Yeah. Yeah, I talk to the security people too, so I'm trying to. If I get this security job, it's good. It's just going up, nigga. I'm gonna be doing security on the weekends, nigga. Then I'm gonna work here from Monday through Friday. That'll be the one. That security shit to pay all my fucking bills, nigga. Pay all my fucking child support and all that stupid shit. Mm-hmm. Man, that shit called motherfucking dry dock, bro. You go on internet do application. If you get to Vallejo, nigga, type shit, bro. That nigga said he need people for hella positions and he'll train you, nigga. Like show you how to weld, nigga, train you how to do whatever. Like even if you get fired from there, nigga, you could go take that shit and work anywhere with that shit. You got like credentials and shit. Damn. That shit called dry dock, bro. What is it called? Mare Island Dry Dock. Mm-hmm. And it's black dude too. He black. That nigga hire hella black people and Mexicans. They cool like that. And it's definitely like 20 something, bro. I know for sure it's like 20 something. So that's hey, as long as I get 20, I ain't tripping. I told the nigga, just give me dub hour, I'm cool. But like 20 something, oh yeah, that's cool. And the security man paying like $17 an hour, but he do all pay overtime in cash, nigga, under the table. So that shit cool. So if you do any like overtime for this nigga, that nigga give you the money in hand that day, right there. Boom, going home with 200, going home with 300, you win.
They were gonna have to admit that Diddy had been physically violent towards women in the past. They were gonna have to admit that Diddy had this type of temper.
Yeah, man. I asked a higher power for a punk ass job. Now I'm just gonna be ultimate working man, but that shit's stupid. I just want to play the game.
There was a point in the openings where Diddy stood up when Garagos was introducing him to the jury.
That shit crazy though. Man, I went over there though. Shit, it seemed like my dad worked there. It seemed like the type of shit he was doing, bro. It ain't like nothing too crazy. It's just boats and shit for real. Like sometimes you gotta go in them holes. Sometimes you gotta climb up the ladder and shit. But like, fuck it, nigga. That's why I told the nigga I ain't trying to do none of that shit. I'm in facilities, nigga. I'm gonna be in the back cleaning the bathroom, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna be on the boat, nigga, taking out the dookie thing. Yeah, but you know when you on a boat, nigga, you take a dookie, that shit just go in this little tank, nigga. They gotta release it into the ocean. Hey man, $27 an hour in rent, fuck it, bro. And niggas, they say they working 7 days a week. They don't get no off days, nigga. What I'm saying, bro, if I could get on with the security for nighttime and the weekends, bro, and I could do that shit Monday through Friday, nigga, even on the weekend, nah, it's just, tell me, I'm gonna just go hard for 6 months, nigga, then I'm gonna quit. Just, nigga, be banned up. Hell yeah, make hella chicken and just leave, like, when I came down. That black nigga. Yeah. Fuck no, that's when you get off drugs. Now you a crackhead, nigga. Now you just one of them, like, it was my wife used to work with a nigga like that, but he was just a crackhead now, nigga. It was over. It was over. Once you do that, it's over. Yeah, no, once you do that, nigga, it's over, bro. You can't even play with it, nigga. And she said, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Hey, you can't play with it.
Hey, Mary. I love you. If you remember these two, it may be time to start using Neutrogena Retinol Regenerating Cream. It can reverse 7 years of visible aging. Bright skin. Oh, do you?
Are you hiding from used car shopping?
Yeah. What if I overpay?
I get it. Nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But that's nothing to be afraid of.
Show me, Carbox.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay.
Way better. Okay?
Definitely. No fear, just Fox. Say showmeacarfax.com.
I don't know if the feds before Jane takes the stand, if they could say her name. I was thinking not, because I don't know.
Have to have a gun, for example, and so that was kind of her mention there beyond what the government was talking about as far as alleged victims in this case and that type of sort. They had mentioned Kim Porter and how Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter's relationship with Diddy and that type of thing, and then everything kind of ended as soon as Kim Porter had passed away. Cassie went to her memorial service, and that was the last time she had seen Diddy, even prior to her expectation that she'll be inside that courtroom testifying. These jurors are going to see some of these pre-trial videos, but they say that it was taken from Cassie's devices, not Diddy's devices. And so, they talked about Mia, for example, who had worked with Diddy for a number of years, and the defense said, they want jurors to evaluate her motives to testify. When they were talking about Jane Doe, it was the same thing, that this was a jealous relationship. Jane wanted to be more public, whereas Diddy, he wanted other relationships that worked with Jane and that type of thing. So those were some of the biggest takeaways from the defense's openings, as well as the government's openings as well, too.
These are the arguments we anticipated. Now, obviously, there's a lot more detail to it. We're hearing it in an official capacity. And these jurors, while they might have heard certain aspects of this case, this is the first time, presumably,
Were you at work, Tom?
arguments are being positioned to them for the first time in such a very particular way. This is
Yeah.
It's not evidence, but it is the start, the official start of Sean Combs' criminal trial.
Yeah, what I about to say? I ain't gonna lie, but them really do got the greatest sandwiches all the time.
A lot of interesting patterns you see running around. But thanks, Elizabeth.
Okay, cool. So we're back. We are back. We're back. And I hope you guys
I don't know what I did with that registration, boy.
or hopefully you get your work done, or if you're traveling across the country, or however you can see this content. Hopefully you guys can get your day going on. Of course, before we get back, we still got about like 3 more hours before we're out of court, right? Okay, so cool. So they're back in, and they're back at 122. And everybody's almost back in it. That says, in terms of objections, that says, hey, we're still waiting for the independent. So sorry. So he wasn't in court. They bring him
Like, bruh.
Subject to the U.S. Labor Foundation, it is admissible. Okay? So remember, there was something that was an addendum to something that was already an exhibit. Diddy's team, Brian Steele said, nah, get that shit out of here. Like, what the
The
hell?
real
That was
question is,
last
did I
year.
do it,
The
man?
judge says, listen, as long as there's proper foundation in introducing this material, I'm going to make it admissible. Now, remember, they raised the objection anyway, so later they can talk about it again.
Like, how do you lose something like this?
The judge says the exhibit with the added note says the objection is well taken. It is excluded. So it looked like, oh, never mind. The exhibit with the note. So they allowed one with foundation, proper foundation from how the government's going to exclude it, presented. And then the second exhibit, remember there was two. The judge excluded. So Brian Steele, that's one way right there. So one exhibit cannot be used. That's based on Brian Steele.
All right, bet. I'm ready. Let's go back.
Brian Steele. Judge says, all rise. Jury's entered. Says, is the government
all rise, niggas.
It says, first, we have 4 exhibits.
He said, surprise, motherfucker.
We got no problem. Go ahead. So we call LAPD, Officer Israel Flores.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Flores is now an LAPD officer who says, I'm a reservist for the Army, and I was a guard with Securitas in 2016.
He said, hard eyes, motherfucker. Blue eyes, motherfucker. Apple pies, motherfucker.
Y'all niggas ain't eating no apple pie in here. I'm about to eat some mac salad there. Like macaroni? Well, I know Tony like you like macaroni salad. Hey, yo.
Yeah, I like all variations of food, man. I'll eat anything but like some crazy shit. It's like not supposed to be eaten. Like I don't eat alligators and shit.
And then they continue and says, hey,
like I'm not eating like snakes and whales and all that.
Says, yo, all kinds. We have a couple of
What in
suicides.
the world?
We prepared incident reports, the 5 W's. Okay? AUSA says, would you attach photographs to the reports? Laura says, yes, but not many. Never had to ask them. AUSA says, when did this incident take place? It says 11 a.m. I got a report of a woman in distress on the
that nigga is really, he's going to jail. Right, we going to jail.
Some type of colored socks. He's a rapper producer. I saw Cassie on the floor. AUSA says Combs is now in a tuxedo. And in the separate photo, Cassie smiling. AUSA says, what did you tell him?
That nigga went to jail.
Bro, I use mine as a dip, bro. I be dipping my chips in it. Bro, it's too good, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And Cassie said she wanted her phone in her back. Cassie said she wanted to leave. Combs says, you're not leaving. That's on the side of the room. A black male wearing dark clothing.
Like, bro, who wouldn't? Bro, I got full off one sandwich yesterday.
Flores says, well,
How the fuck is the food in this city cheaper and more fulfilling than in Vallejo?
what did you say? I said, I don't want your money. The damage is going to be charged to the room. AUSA says, where did Cassie go? So after I spoke to her, she left. Car pulled up, she left in a black SUV. So was there a driver?
Costco pizza?
She says, 17 hours. Florida says she wants to leave. I said, I'm talking to her, not you. They left. So like it was checking in. I say, yo, this woman wants to leave, and it's not your choice. If she can leave or not. AUSA says, then what? He says, well, we went up to Mr. Combs' room to remind him of hotel rules. He opens the door and grabs the phone and says, are you recording me? I pinned him to the wall. So they yanked Diddy up and said, fuck, nigga. I pinned him to the wall. I took photos of the broken face and told him to go clean it up. I went to write up the incident report. He said, is this it? He said, yeah, that's my report. My name was
Back selling, bro.
that says, same objection.
One of the greatest things ever invented, bro. I promise you.
Report has additional notes that wasn't known before, and they want to object that we don't want that report in the case. The judge did overrule it as long as it was foundation. I guess it's foundation. The judge says no. AUSA says, did you review the video? Lawyer says yes. AUSA says I'm handling some driving videos. He said, did it have audio? Lawyer says no. He said, let's walk through. Who is this? So he's watching the video. He says, Cassie. And who's this? He said, Mr.
Hey, look.
What's happening?
They dropped the Bro, does anybody want to gamble? Hold on. Join this watch for me real quick, tell them, bro. They dropped an infinite Paul George, invincible Paul George. I bet you money this nigga buy every single one of these passes, nigga. He buys all the passes, nigga. Look, bro, he about to get invincible Paul George, bro. He about to clear the whole pass out, bro. Like, why are we in season 7 getting one cap breaker, bro? It should be 2 or 3 minimum. Man, like, what happened if they didn't play the whole season? Like come on, bro. Like, Brody, let me see what this my team on. Let me see if they dropped any new players. Oh yeah. Yeah. Say goodbye. Another $1,000 weekend. But look though, he probably sleep. I'm gonna send him a picture and be like, with the head explosion emoji, like, nigga, these cars is him, nigga. And then he go get on and spin all his bread.
That is so not nice. No. That is like the worst. Nigga said I'm finna go send him and tell him this shit go crazy. He gonna get up and straight start spending, nigga. $5.99, $9.99, $5.99, $9.99, $1,300.
Oh, not $5.99, nigga. $149.99, $149.99, $99, $149.99.
$99.99 max hit, nigga. Fucking Final Fantasy, max hit, Final Fantasy, $9.99. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Why are you doing him like that?
Bruh.
Why you doing him like that? But you gotta let that nigga live, man. He don't
deserve
it.
Man. He's about to get up. And you know what's funny? They gonna give him one of these Invincibles if he buy hella packs this week because they not the best. So they gonna give him one.
That's crazy.
Nigga, these niggas got an infinite money glitch. I need to get on 2K hype. I don't even. I really do like my center though. I ain't gonna lie. Like this nigga really do.
Yeah, boy. Hey, I got the shit now, nigga. I got niggas just quitting before the game even start. Like, if you're not watching this Yu-Gi-Oh, you really missing out, bro. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now, nigga. I haven't had a full duel yet. Niggas is quitting the game, nigga. Soon as the first card I play, Elemental Heroes. Oh yeah, he gotta go.
Dang, that nigga Tony be killing me though, bro. That nigga room look like a motherfucking black hole, nigga, dark void of doom.
Man, that's not nice.
My nigga do not open them blinds, but they do not open blinds in that house at all. So, don't gotta be this way though, bro. So, bees, I need it.
60% of you, am I totally crazy? No, Justin, I think we've been talking about this for many months, which is this a situation where they made a federal case out of perhaps a lot of significant state court misconduct or crimes?
That's just like your box out geese.
I always thought could potentially be a bridge too far.
Legend now.
And we saw precisely what we expected out of the defense today after a very effective, it sounds like, listening to Elizabeth, prosecution argument. The defense did exactly what we thought, which is to say, hey, listen, bad conduct, at times, a bad guy, but we're in the wrong courthouse. They made a federal case out of some appalling domestic violence, which they had to concede, and this worked. At its worst, consensual conduct by a lot of adults, no children, a lot of adults, perhaps acting badly, among which he was one. So I think it is going to be very interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the day this jury
Sweet love.
and perhaps comes in with a compromise verdict.
We're still in the early stages. Yeah, I think most people, no one's actually predicted a clean sweep that Diddy's going to get found guilty on all counts. People actually think it's going to be mixed, where some things are going to be thrown out and some things he might get stuck with. And I think that's going to be really interesting.
By the way, everybody's asking right now, where's the footage? Like, why there's no cameras in the courtroom? Unfortunately, no. There are no cameras in federal courtrooms. That is the federal law right now. Those are the federal rules. I think it's a big mistake. But there's always a yeah, I think that there's a mistake. That there's concern about it improperly tainting the jury, it improperly tainting the case. I've heard the arguments, but in an effort of transparency, when there's a case of so much public interest, I think there should be cameras. There's going to be no audio. Transcripts will be released, and we're going to do something with those as well here on Long Time to try to do our best to bring that inside that courthouse. So stay tuned on that. We have a question from Dry Road 69. So submit your questions on YouTube right now. Will tapes be shown? Yes, they will. At least based upon the prosecution's openings. I really think it's better, prosecutor. First, we enter 4 exhibits. Defense, no objection.
Okay. All right. So we're kind of in limbo here, and I guess it's time for me to interact with you guys in the chat. So if you guys do have questions, I'll kind of cater to what you guys got going on. We'll kind of work off of that. But currently, we are waiting for more updates, and it looks like we do have one more. Flores says Flores video of the video. So remember, he recorded off his cell phone since 2016. Has his voiceover, including about how shiny his shoes were, is played for the jury. So the video he took of the video is played. I guess that has audio, but it's a voiceover at this point because he's talking over it.
Check out, see what the sinner doing.
No, I had the next 2 days off. USA says when he came back in, did you look at the video? He said, I did. He says, but it was gone. He said, did you ever see it again? He says, yes, recently. USA says nothing further. Judge Subramanian says cross-examination. So now this is the time for these teams to step up and do it. Brian Steele. Oh, Brian. I don't know why. I'll be looking at Brian Steele like he's Anthony Edwards right now. I think he's just cooking. But Brian Steele looked like he's a surgeon. He's a surgical person. By the way, what he did with Whiteside Woody and all these other people that were jurors was fucking phenomenal. And it's actually interesting. The lead, Mark Acavilo, he was very active in pre-trial and everything else. But when it comes to now arguing this case, he didn't open it. And the first cross-examination of the first witness, big Brian Steele is up. So shout out to Brian Steele, who, by the way, only got 2 weeks to get ready for his trial. He got hired last minute. He had to get up to speed with it. And he's now doing the heavy lifting because beyond opening statements, this is where you're going to win your case. You got to turn those goddamn witnesses into unreliable or have them basically concede that some of the stuff that they see didn't necessarily constitute as a crime. And Brian Steele, he's now checked into the game. Okay? So cool. Brian Steele.
But you chilling in the whip, Tom?
Your report was the 5W. Right?
Don't you love that?
I said, yes. All right. We're going to see what Brian Steele does.
Okay. That nigga said I'd have been asleep. Oh, yeah. You ready to go on to the big house.
That's for for sure though, yeah. When you get the chance, but definitely tint your windows, bro. You're just gonna appreciate that way more. Sun ain't gonna be beaming on you, and niggas can't look in there.
But you gonna go to sleep at your security job? Is like, nigga, just call 911 right now. Man, the nigga go to sleep at any job, nigga. Call 911.
If you put me on a night shift in there, I'm going to go to sleep 100% of the time.
No, not supposed to go to sleep.
I'm not trying to go to sleep. I just go to sleep.
I just have to. You just have to go to sleep.
Yes.
I mean, so I just have to. It's just my body goes into REM sleep as soon as I'm at work. I just go.
No, did he say that nigga T-Man be smashing around the city, bro? He seriously don't care. No. Bro, you are in the land of scam, like 1,000,000%. And they like, nigga, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. The city is just it's just a cesspool of destruction. Like man, this city, bro. Like it's just so many people. Like I mean, the V, bro, it's like a cool amount of people. But it's like you go to city, bro, it's like nigga, like spilling over, like niggas spilling over. It took me 30 minutes to get out of the city to even get on the bridge.
So essentially, what happened is Brian still brings up that he used some
man.
ex parte meeting. The judge gets mad at how the fuck did you know that? And he's like, yo, tell me who told you. And Brian still says, I ain't telling you shit. And they got to get into a back and forth. Brian still stands his ground. Ultimately, a bunch of lawyers showed up to support.
Look at this. Look at these red colors. This shit is bunk.
Overturned that. But what Brian still did to show his conviction and how articles were flying. He went crazy for Jeff Williams. He could go nearly as crazy as Diddy. Diddy might have a fight chance.
Like, what did he? Bro, he just came and moved me out of the way, jumping in the paint.
Federal court. Not that bullshit they got up in Georgia called open cap court. This is federal court that he's in. But clearly, that passion is something you want for the person affected.
That was an ex parte conversation. How did you find out about any of that? Well, I'm not restricted. I'm asking you a question. How did you find out about it? I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. Scuttle, if you look at SC and PTPR versus state, which is 291.
If you pass it, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna play this game. Or to get on my board.
6/38/2016. Allied Sports says when a court meets, Mr. Copeland comes in, meets with the court supposedly made statements which I assume is it. So I'm not going to what happened with this.
By the way, Robbie Atkins, thanks for 5. Say, yo, Ack, I'll see you Thursday. I'm going to make a weekend up at it and travel up to New York from Virginia. Didn't get to meet and greet, but I'm sure we'll chop it up. Damn. Well, how much meat and grease do we have?
Check. Little B not eating enough fiber. New Zarbee's regularity support is an excellent source of fiber.
Broken.
Not LeBron sexuals. Why are you doing this?
God, dude.
Did you just turn the TV off? What are you doing? I was listening.
That name said glitchy Librino.
Turn it back off. He said, "Oh, hit me! Oh no, hit me!"
Like, remember, there's a whole show on that show, bro. I don't want to be there like 5 hours.
But did you see when he said, "Oh no, hit me"? And the nigga was punching him. That shit was funny. That nigga said he done with niggers. He's not fucking with Negroes no more. Not coming here to be frames anymore. Shoot, nigga.
Right there.
Curry. He's not coming here. He's not coming here with you niggers anymore.
Nah.
Cause he's just sad for him, man. It's just boo hoo, oh boo hoo, boo hoo, boo hoo. This nigga bong. Leak. Just let me get him, leak.
Yo, anybody? They don't have to involve me.
Yeah, no, nigga, come
They
on.
really want to find you, bruh? Bruh, you gotta get on some nigga Inspector Gadget, Detective Holmes shit. Get on it, nigga. I'm about to find somebody. I'm gonna really I'm gonna get off the game. More
Take
game.
my good
Game. If I'm
time.
really trying to get somebody, there is no more game.
Man, come on, leave, man. This nigga bone terrorizing me, man. That's what I be imagining. It's the conversation.
Yeah, bruh. I'm about to get somebody. Nah, what you think? Now what you think, bruh? So what I got you doing? Traffic and show? Shit, speaking of that, thanks for remembering. But what you doing? Production? I like boring.
Yeah, that's easy money.
I said I love me some boring work. Ain't nothing. I want to be so bored that hey man, I want it so boring that my clothes look exactly the same as when I got there. I'm surprised they got you working on Friday. What you working? 5 8s?
That nigga need a boost, nigga.
You can't violate something and then use privilege. That's why I'm saying, how did you get the information? But just listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, you're saying the privilege would occur. The privilege in 1.6 would occur.
They already for a while, so it'd be kind of like someone would be
No, that's a good day.
so bad.
Yeah, because I have an idea. I have to think about it. 5 o'clock today, we'll see what you are. And you say it's not something.
Yeah.
I can't bust that with the idea, okay? Under the ball. All right, well, I'm gonna hold you in contempt. And you can think about it. 5 o'clock today, we'll see what you are. That's down on that point. Because that's not what I look. Well, that's not what I understand the rule to be. I will not ask you something. A lot of times, substance of what was said. I asked you how you got it. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have an idea.
That's a free money day.
That's a problem. You're out here making wrong, and you're asking me. Listen, I told you the first time. And I'm not sure. I don't want to hold you consent, but if this is that serious, Judge, you cannot eavesdrop and get information that was not meant for you to hear at that particular point in time. Judge, listen. I'll do whatever you want.
It'd be hot out there.
What I'm trying to tell you is, this is so serious. When you hear it for this trial, is my understanding based on information I'd like to get the substance first, and then I would and you in custody until then, because you need to tell me how you got the information. I'm not asking you what was said. You already kind of feel this as to what you said. That tells me that somebody parroted that information to you. So you're assuming something because I told you already. Well, then, other than do that, one of the deputies gave you that information.
Hey.
Your Honor. And if that person gave you that information,
Yeah, man, this is definitely about it's 10 o'clock.
I want to know the questions.
80s dude, pull up there, put me on the out of work list.
Who gave you the information? I'd like to know the information.
You said you doing what? You laying concrete? Hey, you said you laying concrete? You said you laying concrete?
You can tell if this is a regular person, turn around.
That was outside of presentation, because you got some information that you shouldn't have gotten. Write down the vision. I'm acting like, look, you said it doesn't sound like it's supposed to, and then you did it.
Get on it, man. I'm about to change the name to Matrix Party.
Mm-hmm. It's the final week of chill time. It's over with.
Wait, you gotta start packing that lunch, bro. You gotta get the white bread, the ham, cheese. If I worked a normal job, I would definitely pack a lunch. Yeah, no, I'm just saying in general though. Like if I wasn't in the refinery, I would definitely pack lunch. I can't afford to use that bathroom. That's like doom. Sure. Doesn't hurt.
You're asking me to an electric.
Yes. The fan favorite noodles that sit in your stomach for 7 whole days before it digests. Yeah. Yeah. 30,000 milligrams of sodium in one packet. Yeah. order some DoorDash and then
Takes off the jacket. And I ain't gonna lie, if it's only lawyer for this, he's gonna still have a chance to talk to
hell yeah. Hell no, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying, if I'm hungry, depends on the level of hungry.
One thing, this is where I think Brian Steele secured his spot on Diddy's case, right here. Other than, remember when he said this? Remember when he said this? Every drop of blood, Brian Steele. But he was doing an interview. He said, I would have fed this thing with every drop of blood. Remember this? Where is it? He said, yo, alright. We'll fight till the last drop of blood. Now you see a lawyer ready to go to jail. This brother, come on when he go to jail for the young thug. Ronnie Steele was like, all right, take it off. Good, I'm ready to go. Lock me up.
Oh bad.
Lock me up. The girl was watching like, this nigga really is some of these other niggas.
Mm-hmm.
It's two AIs on my team.
That's really why it's so still.
So,
Yes, sir, sir. And you know somebody said this to the judge.
no.
It's not much to go forward. That will be here. You're recruiting me against Israel. I will take my directing house and conduct material parts of the trial without me present. And I can't represent it by watching my mind. So that reason additionally, I asked for this trial. I assume you deny, but I'd like you to deny our motions for this trial. You deny it. Certainly take that other advisement, sir.
Okay, no, so I missed that moment. There was a moment where he literally says, if I have to go to jail, I spend it. And I spend it in the same cell. I just want to play that part and get back to the job. Cell, Brian Steele. Yeah, he wanted to spend it. He said, if you gonna lock me up, but not that bad of evidence. And no, here we go.
Memories that doesn't take. And you don't get mine. And I asked that be with Mr. Williams work on our case all weekend. Otherwise, I can't do that.
He said, lock me up with you.
That's up to you, sir. I will say if that comes to pass, you have my support. I will
Oh man. Nice striker, bro.
20 days in jail, which was supposed to be on the weekends because he works.
How you get off work, Rob? 3 o'clock.
And he's like,
What time you start?
sentenced me to spend jail time on the weekend.
What time you start?
I'd be locked up in the same jail as Young Thug because we got to work on his case. That's a dub, bro.
Oh, hell no. That nigga head about to explode.
What do you order?
That nigga ordered a black and mild wood chip. He finna get light head.
Lighthead.
Nigga gonna feel like the Tesla nigga flying through the air, nigga.
Lighthead. He wants some noodles and salted peanuts. That nigga head about to blow up.
Man, Sam Hart finna be beating hella fast.
Then it says, wait, did Mr. Cole take a tackle, did he? Laura says no. He says, and then, was there any law enforcement involvement? Laura says no. He says, you videoed for your wife and you kept it, right? I did. So, but there was never law enforcement involved. So we're not. Mr. Cole said, yes, you're not leaving, but your report did not say that, right? He says, at that point, I didn't believe it was.
That nigga go out the store just be talking to everybody. Yeah, man. What's up, man?
But you never put in your report. He said, I was going to put down everything. So he says, so it wasn't important 9 years ago, but only now is important.
That's like Terrence Howard. He said, "It's just going on with you, man."
Florida says, I didn't put it in the report at the time. So Steele says, you said you were offered a bribe. He had to pay for it.
My man wishing people a good day. You out there just living life. You just nice. He's just super nice out there. See you later, man. Next week, brother. Telling you, nigga, Rob pull up. What's up, man? You got the backwoods. You got the... Telling me, go up in there happy as fuck. Like, oh shit, y'all got the snacks. Right. That's how the white man be, boy. I'm telling you, he feel he the ultimate. He get let your lights, nigga. He going crazy.
So Steele said, why you ask him? What's his name? Well, why? He says, oh, you didn't say nothing. He says, he wasn't talking.
Be like that, though.
So Steele says, did you tell anyone?
I walked from that Mare Island yesterday, nigga. That shit cooked. I would never be walking to work, nigga. Never in life am I walking up there. That shit was the worst walk of all life. I ain't gonna lie. I was waiting. Nah, because I was waiting on my
said you walked
pops.
to work?
No, I walked after the interview. I was waiting on my dad to take me back to the house, but he was like taking hella long. He had to keep going to do blue. So I was like, fuck that. I'm just finna walk home, bro. I was so stupid. I walked from the end of the Mare Island all the way across the bridge, all the way back to where I stay at over here, bro. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy as fuck, bro. I'm talking about that was the longest forever walk, nigga. I'm never doing that again. Hell no. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, bro, shit gonna call. I gotta hire these two people back, it's like union and shit. So he gotta hire these two union niggas back before he can hire a nigga that's not in the union. So he said give him about 5 days so he can like, reach out to the people to see if they gonna come back. But yeah, now he sent me like, him or my dad, or they gonna send me application and shit. It's like a for sure thing. Like my dad knows the man, so like it's definitely. Man, shit, it's the dry dock. You can come down here and just boom, man. That nigga said he need electrician, he need a welder, he need a whole bunch of shit. They do training in here, help you, train you to do all that shit, and they definitely getting paid $20-something an hour, and you will always have an everyday job, as long as it's like boats and shit, and that shit is a union, so it's cool. But yeah, I'm just finna do this. I'm finna do this application today and call that nigga and just call that nigga every day. He said next week, nigga, so. And my daddy go over there and talk to him. It's all good. Yeah, so shit. And I talked to that security man up there. They getting paid $17 to do security up there. Yeah, that nigga was. There's a nigga right there at the gate, nigga. He just buzzed the gate.
Hey, Rob. Well, time to call the union. It's time to get back in this matrix.
He just buzzed the gate.
Lawyer to catch people alive, kind of show like your memory might be fuzzy. Then he says, Steele says, you are in the hospitality business as well as security, right? He says yes. Steele said,
yeah.
It was clear that he wanted to pay for damage, right? AUSA says, objection, speculation. The judge says, the case bill was saying sustained, but it's sustained to
Yeah, damn near.
Brian Steele asked him. Mr. Steele says, well, I guess it could be embarrassing for yes. Objection, and the judge now sustained. Alright? Which means sustained objection. Stop asking. Steele says, what about nothing?
Man, bro, I did that shit when I was 18. I'll never do that shit again, bro. I'm cool. Man, absolutely.
AUSA says you typically include every single detail in a report. So now they're responding to how Mr. Steele exposed this guy. That he's saying a lot of really
facts.
shit, but it was never in the report. Like,
yeah, nah, for sure. Some of them jobs you do gotta be knowing what you want when you get up in that shit.
If you're saying you went in at a physical altercation.
But I mean, shit though, if you wasn't going as a journeyman in there as a laborer, bro, you would just have to be like, you know what I'm saying? You tell them niggas what the fuck to do. Yeah, you go in there and tell them what the fuck, tell them what to do. You gotta be like making sure everything, you gotta be on more of a boss type of situation because they're gonna expect you to be thinking you did this shit for hella years. Like, oh, he's a journeyman, you put in the work, nigga. Yeah, that's real life. That's why I told that nigga I wanted to be on facilities when I went up in there. I don't want you to train me to do shit. I don't want to learn how to do shit. I just want the whatever the fuck easy. That nigga said they cut grass and installing air conditioners in the windows and shit, nigga. What you talking about? I was like, yeah, put me on that, nigga. Nigga, $20+ an hour to do hella bullshit. Yeah, put me on that, bro. He said they do a bunch of just facilities and maintenance and janitorials and yeah, I was like, yep. Yeah, talking my language.
What in the world?
Yeah, he was like, I need an electrician, I need a welder. I was like, I could train you. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. You got that.
Come on, bro. You gotta get right.
You got that, bro. I'm cool. I know they are, nigga, and I know what you gotta do to become that shit and how much school and working time you gotta put to be that shit. And I'm just good off that. You feel me? You a young nigga. You got years. No, I'm saying you gotta train you. Mean he gonna pay for all your shit through there. You gonna go to everywhere. Then you gonna do everything a regular nigga gotta do. There ain't no shortcuts, especially if you really trying to do it. Cause I could use this nigga to get the papers and then get this job anywhere. But I don't want to be a welder or a fucking electrician. Cause like I went to Job Corps when I was 16. I could have did that shit when I was 16 and through Job Corps. That's just not what I'm trying to do. I'm cool off that shit. I don't want to do anything that if I fuck it up, somebody's house could blow up. You feel me? I'm tripping. He be an electrician, nigga. Somebody turn their whole shit on. It's a big ass fire, nigga. Shit, what? He ain't even. You know, like that shit just too. Hell nah. Hell to the knees. I like to just chill, come through, do a little bit, and take my ass home. Let me see. Cause that is pretty crazy.
What I do to you, Mr. Jones?
I don't know, nigga, but you know, can't fall into the trap, bro.
It's a trap.
I don't know, nigga, but the fuck? I don't know, bro. I know what motion I be on though. I know what motion I be on, bro. You gotta know yourself, man. If I want to be an electrician, bro, I would have went to go be an electrician. That's like it is until you gotta really do that shit though, and that shit is like.
I'd just be a plumber though. I know.
I'm saying, bro, like something that don't require you to like. I don't want to do a job that requires me to have to do math and
it's cool.
wire.
Like, the job is cool. Like you probably will never ever electrocute yourself, but that one day you fuck up really might be your last.
I'm saying, and not even that you electrocute yourself. It's like you gotta build these like things, and you gotta have a shit running a certain kind of way. You gotta
for sure.
Like like you feel me? That's when it's like fucked up. That's when it's like fucked up when your ass nigga fucking go down there and electrocute a motherfucker or blow somebody's shit up or something crazy. Now you just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, and then it's like I said, like I talked to the people that was electricians when I was doing construction when I was 18, and them niggas was like, bro, they had to go to hella school, and that shit is hella mathematicals and shit you gotta learn to be able to, like, nigga, currents and congruence and all of this and that and blah, blah. I don't, nigga. Fuck, nigga. If I want to go to school, I'd have just went to school, nigga. That nigga not finna come down here and give you no one-on-one training, nigga. No, that nigga's finna send you to a place with a bunch of white people and you gotta do 6 months of school work before you can even get on the welding office, nigga.
Regular office hours are 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Like that's them niggas who be going to get the journeyman and they gotta put in all the work. They can't just pay for the journeyman, nigga. You gotta go take, like my dad, bro, all his whole life to get his journeyman, that nigga had to go take classes in Texas and had to go to this school and then like today, but they pay you and shit though. Like when he was doing construction, he did the thing where he went to the class and learned like the measurements so he could cut the little size with the measure tape, all that shit. Like it's it's not bad, but. Man, come on, bro. That's a career path, nigga, bro. I'm 35 years old. I'm just trying to get a job. Yeah. I'm not looking for a career path, nigga. I'm looking for somebody that's going to pay me every Friday $20+ an hour, nigga. I got to do a show up and have easy days like him, nigga. Fuck, I look like when I be a welder or something crazy, sweating hella fucking hard and shit, looking stupid. The fuck? Be a motherfucking electrician, nigga, and then nigga what? The fuck? Nah, I'm just tapped into electrician my whole life, nigga, just doing that. Driving the electric truck, nigga. Climbing up power poles, nigga. You be an electrician, you may as well go work for PG&E, nigga. That could be your that's the best deal an electrician can get. The highest level, nigga. So you could be up on a fucking power circuit breaker ready to fry your fucking skull off.
Thanks.
Highest level of electrician, PG&E, bro. I'm telling you. Alright. The nigga pulled up in here with the mid-dragon. It's crazy, bro. I'm so mad. Like, I keep getting trapped into these work-ass locks. It's doom.
Labor's Union Local 3, Martinez main office. Regular office hours are 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, but today, last day of the month, 5 p.m. Check your position on the out-of-work list. Press 3. Contractor dispatch, please dial 101. All other business, please press 0. Directory by first name, please press 8. If you know the party's extension, enter it at any time. Thank you.
And that would work with U.S. law enforcement, which you have denied any. The opening statement was quite something. Turned out it's a more stripped down case, at least than I thought. U.S. Attorney Johnson said
Matrix is cool though.
And also Mia and Arson. Now, Tenny Garagos, in her opening statement, said, this is just about private sexual.
Like that nigga working in the office at the Bodec. He don't even be doing none of that work shit. He just be in the office doing paperwork and driving a go-kart around and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Filthy lucre money. So we're going to see how it plays out. Right at the end, after the jury left, Brian Steele, who was brought up from Georgia, Young Thug trial, made some evidentiary objections about reports about the hotel, Intercontinental Hotel lobby, elevator lobby violence. So that could be resolved.
Now, the case might be structured many different ways. Right? Remember, this is a big case. They know what's going to happen. Brian Steele might own, his only job might be deal with this footage. Like Steele, your job is to make this footage look not that important. And maybe we see Mark Acapillo, or Acapillo, however you say his name, I don't know his name. Maybe his job will be, because the next case, the next phase here. Who is going to, if this is the heavy lifting.
The actual expiration date is, I'll put that in.
I'd appreciate it.
To cross-examine Cassie. Supposedly Cassie's supposed to take a stand at some point.
All right, June 5th. I appreciate it. All right, Doug. Take it easy. Nigga, bro, that nigga still be remembering. Bro, that shit funny as fuck. I do not be doing them and fuck it up.
What?
Get that nigga my social, and that nigga said, Bleak. I was like, yeah. I was like, man, it's been a minute, brother. I know.
America love to tell you how long ago your ass was working, huh? Like, nigga, show your ass up, nigga.
Roll call is on June 5th.
So what is that?
Yeah, that's like, if you on the out of work list, you call, and if niggas ain't up to par with they shit, then you'll get in front of them. It's like a roll call.
Okay, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now that's cool.
And she liked to do freaky shit like how we want freaky shit, and they were in it together. We're gonna see how that plays. I wonder if Tenny is gonna do that part, or maybe it's part, or maybe they leave everything to Brian Steele. I don't think they'll leave everything to Brian Steele, but Brian Steele, he got up first, and he's doing his thing to try to get this idea about the first part of this case is to show, hey,
Right, yeah, you don't lead a freak off, nigga.
No, you guys are spinning this into something that it's not. How do we know there's a freak off though? Oh, the guy says, well, the prosecutor put the person standing said, there's a guy in the room. How come we ain't hear nothing about this guy?
Then I told this nigga Curry about that. I said I'm about to put the spider pass and get the key. Nigga, I'm trying to see reverse psychology of that nigga. That nigga, I'm gonna spin somebody. So now he like, yeah, I gotta spin somebody now. Nigga. No.
Man, that is not. That is not. That's not nice, bro.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean?
Like, that is not. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. It's not. You're not supposed to do that, bro. He's already, bro.
What you mean, big bro? I'm not got this. Brody, what do you mean, big bro?
I don't know. I just be like, poor Curry.
How's your poor Curry, nigga? That nigga's a white man. There is no poor white man, nigga, not in America. You hear me, nigga?
Yeah, man.
Boy, please, what is this?
That's a lot of cereal. Prices going up everywhere. It's good by cereal. This is Gross Grab. Your family can still have steaks for dinner. Not only. At Gross Grab, we have an amazing selection of meats like beef, pork, chicken, all within your family's budget. Even today. Hello, steak and chicken and pork chops. Oh, sweet apple pie. Sorry, got excited.
Apparently, Diddy had a Bible on the trial. That's what he said was
Yeah, man. So just got 5 good days to chill, man. Fuck it. Just relax, smoke some weed, get ready, make sure my son got somewhere to go and all that stupid shit. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Call this black nigga, call my dad. Gotta check my emails.
Where your son gonna be going with Chicago? What? Yeah, after school program? He got that in his school?
Yeah, they got after school program at his school, and then I guess like shit on summer, nigga. That nigga just stay home.
What was the after school program back in the day? Like, what was that you called? It was called something.
It was called Encore.
Yeah, it was. Yep,
Yeah,
it definitely was.
Yeah, it was called Encore, bro. You go there, nigga, and then you go there after school, and your peoples will pick you up and shit. But it's like, yeah, he 12 now though. He really could stay home, or he could go to that shit. Or I mean, my auntie stay right, Rodeo down the little way, so he could go there. I mean, either way, it's really up to him at this point. He's 12. I just let that nigga do whatever he want.
Sparkling Wilderness salt and pepper chips. Cassie's name came up in a bunch of openings, and her defense attorney, Douglas Wigner. Yeah, remember, I knew it was Douglas Wigner, huddled with her husband, Alex Fine, in the activity. So it appears, we don't know if Cassie was there, but Cassie is there. Cassie's husband, which is this guy, Alex Fine, is there. Alex wore sunglasses, just like he was outside and on his way to court when he had no to talk to her photographer. Diddy's mom, Candace, is also wearing sunglasses. We don't know if Cassie's there as of yet. But he looked like he's upstate the whole thing. This guy has a history with Diddy. Don't know if they ever got violent, physical, or they shout or cuss each other out. But apparently, now married her and has multiple kids with her.
This nigga Curry funny as hell, bro. He's talking about that disability for so many fucking years, bro. Hey, now you not disabled. How can you keep deploying and then claim disability? You're not even like, what the fuck? What is the fuck? Like, nigga, you would actually stop deploying. Like, boy, nigga, their lawyer is just laughing, nigga. They're like, why does this nigga disabled but keeps deploying?
Yeah,
Niggas
that.
is too insane, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think we see Justin here. This is Quincy here, and I think this is King, aka Christian Combs here. So this is the full family. Look like they walk in. You can't tell there's barricades right here. You see police right there. Clearly, they've allowed it. They're keeping the public back. This is one of those spectacles. I don't know if you ever see the outside courtroom for when Michael Jackson had trial. Obviously, I think Michael Jackson used the biggest, right? Michael Jackson trial outside. Yeah, Michael Jackson outside court. It was crazy. Look, him leaving court. Look. There were people chanting. It was madness. It was madness. These are pictures he took outside court. People were crying. There was so much going. This is him arriving to court. People can't really see. I'm showing the court handcuffs. So yeah. Manfield was ridiculous. Now I don't think it's gonna be like that for Diddy. I don't think it'll be like Mandela. So they're chanting he's innocent. Outside. Walked in pretty. Michael was really tough on black and white. Waves. So the sheriffs. Mr. Jackson doing healing returns. The fanfare that's going on with him. I would have guessed the same thing's going to go on with Diddy. Let's see how it looks with his family showing up to court. By the way, remember Diddy. You see Diddy, Diddy's not really walking into court. You can see him brought there by sheriffs. Or not necessarily sheriffs, I believe U.S. Marshals. They're going to be bringing back and forth from the federal holding facility, NBC, to court. So they're going to go underground, I believe. So you will see him enter court. Diddy, but so these cameras, you're going to see Diddy's family walk up as they walk into the front of the court. Feels like more pressed than fans, right? Feels like a lot more pressed than fans. With Michael Jackson, a lot of fans. But of course, keep in mind they're not as Diddy. So it's like, it makes sense it's more pressed than fans because the fans wouldn't be fans of the family. They're fans of Diddy. They're any fans, right? Okay, so we see Quincy. Who is this? I think this is one of the daughters. That's twins. We see Christian here. We see, not Christian, I mean Quincy. We see Christian here. Is this James? The sisters holding hands in solidarity. You see, he got in line. This is Tuba. He look like Shannon Sharp, man. Except here, 20-year-old white woman around. He look like Shannon Sharp. It's like a Shannon outfit, too. Yeah, they're all holding hands. I think this think this is Christian. I think these are the twins.
How do you feel this morning, Mr. Yargos? Are you ready for today? Have you spoken to Diddy? How's he doing? How's he feeling? Let's see the pic. What are you wearing today? You look fantastic. We love the suit.
This is Teddy Garrett's update.
Let's see the pic. What are you wearing today? You look fantastic. We love the suit. Today's
Mr. Big Mind Steel.
Have you spoken to Sean Holmes and how's he doing? Just how's he feeling? Does he feel positive today? I know he was nervous last week. Can you just confirm that?
Yeah, there are strict protective orders in federal cases, and do what you gotta do.
Well, how would you do? What did you do on the weekend? Was it strictly planning? Or did you relax?
Okay, active Julio breaks through. Like, he got a little bag with him. Right here.
Dude, he said, "Sure, whatever, dude." Hey, stupid.
What it is. Let's get back to this. We should have some more updates. I apologize. I know we are waiting for updates here from the city president. We appreciate you. I would love to.
Let's go. I'm going crazy on this shit, bro. Real life. I really got niggas surrendering. Like once I summon up this nigga is just giving up the game. They just giving it up.
I don't think he gives a fuck if these guys are innocent or guilty. He just says what it is, and I really like it. Okay, anyway.
Bro, I'm about to lose. This nigga had hella names come up on his thing.
It's your time to cash in, so don't just play. Stay. And Northern California's premier casino resort. Book your getaway now at cashcreek.com.
It's like Mission Impossible to find the game on his Bleach left.
Yeah, man. Niggas was playing that shit for like a week, nigga. Feeling like I'm academic. Can't wait to wait because I'm academic. I'm feeling like an academic. These niggas hating on an academic.
He's off all type of drugs. Diddy would have these guys beat the pussy up into submission, tenderize that. One after the other. She got a UTI. She is in pain.
Oh no. Oh no.
God knows what else. I think they did do a good job of, having some type of respect for maybe even other health ailments. Because if you think that a UTI is the only thing they got caught, they caught him in a free call. You're sadly mistaken. Remember, we have a prostitute who claims he contracted a herpes virus, and he claims it was during the free call. So you put one and one together, and if you get away now, you get two. You don't talk. So Cassie was, in her opinion, was forced to perform no matter what was going on. UTI, yeast infection, breakdowns, whatever the fuck may have been the situation. And Diddy would have nigga after nigga, and at times they said Diddy would say,
Surrendered again, bro. Niggas is not fucking with this elemental heroes. Stop playing with me. Surrendered again. Niggas is just giving up. They're not even trying to fight that shit.
sometimes apparently he be on some atrophy and shit. He put a camera there.
But this my real deck though.
You know what he was probably doing? He want to look at the man, not the woman. Come on now. But all of these things supposedly.
I'm going too crazy on this shit, bro. It's dumb. Like, it's really dumb, bro.
Yeah, we get to do Sports Center shit here, right? Like when I'm here, I get to do Sports Center shit. But if we could watch it, especially to see the base of those people, we ain't gotta see the sex. If you see Cassie
with her titties up,
after a 4-day long, 24/7.
Man, I gotta get the Zelda Master Sword, man.
You might be like, damn, holy. Anyway. The judge says we're gonna take a recess. I guarantee that recess is because I keep telling you, they're objecting to everything.
They trying to say this nigga got on the boat and he got all the goddamn animals on the boat. Nigga, stop playing with me, bro. Like, that shit don't even make sense. How the fuck did this nigga get all the animals, nigga? He got the creatures in the ocean. Stop playing with me, bro. I will slap the shit out of somebody.
It's not like we went out and got this independently.
Oh, you just ended your turn doing nothing. 2,000 damage. Oh, you're dead. I'm about to wax you. Exchange.
Terabytes on terabytes of data. From security footage to not only that, but also gigabytes and gigabytes of just text messages. So there's a lot of text messages that won't get used. But now, what they're going to do is, they're going to go back and be like, oh, she did say this on the stand yesterday. Let's go find a message that correlates and it actually goes against what she just said. We're going to ask her about that. So they're going to come in every day. And I think the judges said, hey, listen, could you not show up every morning with like a bunch of new shit? They're telling the judge, how do we not? We're on defense. We're reacting to what was said yesterday. It's not like we're bringing some new shit that is just going to be us making our case. We're reacting to this witness and what they say. Now, granted, they should do it again for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, whatever you have going into today, you should have for whatever the rest of the time she's on the stand. If they do it for tomorrow, the judge is stolen, I think. So they're taking a break. They're taking a break. They're taking a break. Before where I defend. Ladies and gentlemen. If you don't got no real friends, if you do a performance like this and they don't whisper to you, bitch, you don't got to mentality. He don't be having you around. Free calls it. This was grand opening, grand closing. I think Diddy this one, Diddy tar on. Nigga, look how that nigga was on Making a Bet. If she was still around, you know what's going on.
I just won. Hey, I just won. Yeah, just beat this nigga down. Yeah. Yeah, why would you fucking skip your turn and not play no monsters? I don't know, but I just won.
Diddy, Cassie, everyone makes mistakes. 106 hard. You'll find that video.
Oh, nigga, I'm in the green stage now. Nigga, oh, shit. I'm going crazy, nigga. I'm in the green stage, nigga. Alright, yeah, now let me go collect my little rewards and shit. Hold on, nigga. Cause I'm in the green stage. That's tight. I like that one. That's clean how they doing that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's so much fucking coverage in this shit. Did a YouTube video. He said everyone makes mistakes. What was wrong? I couldn't hear myself. Gustavo says you were dating Mr. Leslie. It's all right, this by the way. How much older than you was he? 10 years. Then he traveled to Miami with Mr. Cole. flyer of the event wasn't just a cover. But you went to spend time with Mr. Combs, right? That's true. Now, if you don't know the story, Chad, Diddy finessed this woman away from Ryan Leslie by making up a fake event in Miami that required her to go with him. But Ryan Leslie wasn't either allowed to come or he couldn't come. Diddy went to Miami, spent time with her, and then fucked the dog shit out of her. And then she did on Ryan Leslie. Gustavo says, you had a tattoo of Mr. Leslie's initials on your body, right? Jura says, yes. He says, how many tattoos did you have then? And he would say, says relatives. Just as overruled, let's keep moving. She said 3. Gustavo says, the one on your arm? And the answer was, no regrets. I didn't know she had Ryan Leslie's name tattoo. We could have said, did he fake event cast Miami? I don't think I remember the story. Oh man, everybody's telling this allegedly. It's actually a Tiffany Red Rolling Stones article, I think. I already know that there's actually a story about how Diddy got her. How Diddy stole Cassie, Ryan, Leslie. Hey, you know this Diddy at the Juice Club, and he meets this girl named Cassie. That's what he see her. He goes, yeah, my boyfriend. I said, well, I have more opportunities. And he goes, Ryan in the studio, you gotta pick up. He says to Ryan, be on to himself. I ain't gonna lie. Diddy's definitely a cold one, bro. Diddy's a cold nigga. I would just say the love triangle between him and Cassie didn't ruin my momentum. Well, I mean, in terms of what? In terms of listen music. Nah, I think it actually was great for my momentum. I mean, some of the best songs that I ever wrote had to do with that breakup. You know, so whether it's people's favorite songs like Out of the Blue or any of the records that are on that second album or even Diamond Girl, a lot of those songs. I mean, really the story behind Diamond Girl was we were working on Cassie's second album in LA, and because of whatever was going on personally in her life, she didn't show up at the studio that day. I had that beat ready to go. She didn't show up at the studio. I recorded Diamond Girl. So I think that from a music standpoint, the greatest music is always born out of whatever you're going through.
Mary J. Blige, Toni Braxton.
Who the guy behind her success, then getting in the middle of that and being with her, kind of distance. Y'all.
Once again, I say, look, your life is the aggregate of the choices you make. And so, listen, I think that the fans sometimes being sort of as an audience, they're spectators, and they have an idea.
Welcome to Chicago. It's me.
Here, and Odo gave me an opportunity. So when a story or a narrative is not for me, and once it was no longer for me, then there were other narratives and stories for me to invest my time, energy, and resources into. So from even me being in Harvard, that's actually how I met her. Yeah, she also she wrote that. She wrote in the lawsuit that that's what happened. She did. Anyway, let's keep it going. I didn't know she had a tattoo of Ryan Leslie on her body. Gustavo says, Mr. Combs taught you how to do oral sex? See, I mean, this is why you need a female defense attorney. A dude asking this would probably come off creepy. She's pregnant. Her husband's in the room. She's already uncomfortable talking about some of these things. You gotta have a woman ask this, right? So they say Mr. Combs taught you how to get head, right? She says he did. Ventura laughed. Gustavo says, "What were you trying to convey?" And she says, "It was like a journal entry." I'm gonna be honest with you. What they're laying out here, they're doing it very slow and very meticulous, but it's probably effective. And remember, one thing with jurists is that whatever we hear last is going to be stuck in our minds, or not in our minds, like jury, but for jurists, they've ran studies, they've admitted that what they hear last is stuck in their minds. So for a long trial, you don't want to just front load it with the important stuff, you want to back load it, because this is why they have open and closing statements, right? So we heard this idea where Cassie was kind of almost admitting or saying like, yeah, he kind of groomed me. Like he groomed me for free calls. Now granted, I hate the word groomed just because it's a grown ass woman. But still, they're kind of like deconstructing that. They're like, oh, you wanted to do these things. Like it feels like you wanted to do these things to be with him rather than he was trying to make you do everything else. I'm gonna have a sidebar real quick. Right. I just only went there to hear what he had to say about Tory, so we're gonna get back to the Cassie conversation, and here we are. Gustavo says he discussed Kerry Morgan. Do you think Cole's distracted to her? Now, okay, so remember Kerry Morgan is another woman, Kerry Morgan, and Cassie 2004. So that was supposedly Cassie's friend, which this woman looked like she was a blonde woman that they were friends with. She was friends with. This is them together here, right? Now, this makes sense when we go back to the last tweet. When it says, look at this, tell me you're ready to read it. She said, you can read it, maybe not. It says, you're not going to protect your speech. And then it said, you wrote that. I see that Kerry's better fit. I've heard you think I'm malicious. You're very important. She claims it was a journal entry. But I think what the prosecutors are saying is that possibly Cassie wanted Diddy so bad. And I'm making a leap. Maybe she offered up her best friend for maybe a threesome or free call to try to get Diddy to fuck with her more. Women will do that. Like, not necessarily their friend, but, they're doing a threesome to get you to love them, right? So, she's messaging him saying, I think Kerry, like, maybe she joked or trolling, or maybe something happened, or they were rowdy, so maybe not even sexual sex. And she probably seen Diddy flirt with her, and it was like, and she's kind of like, I think maybe Kerry's a little better, right? And it's like, I've heard you think I'm malicious. Maybe it was a conversation we're having, and Diddy keeps laughing. Women, one thing I've learned as a man in my 30 years on Earth, and I'm 30 today, Chad. That's it, 2 days and I'm 30. One thing I've learned is that when your girl brings her girlfriends around, don't be distracted. Same with women, like, when we bring around our niggas, wait, hold on, that nigga ain't that, but why you laughing at those? Keep it light. So, maybe Diddy was engaging with Kerry a little bit, that's her friend, and she kind of writes to Diddy, Kerry might get better fit, right? And maybe they were talking about something, and she was like, I heard you think I'm malicious, you're very important, right? They're asking her, what are you trying to convey? And she says, it's kind of like a journal entry. Then it continues by saying, you discuss Kerry Morgan, you think Coles is attracted to her. She says, and she's affirming what I just pretty much assume. There was a point in the very beginning, Gustavo says, did that complication carry on in their relationship? Ventura says, no, not really. Kerry was just always with us. Interesting. Yeah, this is Kerry. This is Cassie. Okay, little blonde girl. Okay, thank you for whoever this is. Put the picture out of me having some people find it. Okay. Then Gustavo says, I'd like to start asking things are heating up, Jack. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to go like in an hour or so. Oh my god. Nah, today's the day. Today is the day, Jack. So as an actor's gonna lose skin, yo, why y'all keep saying I'm almost 40? Stop. When I turn 40, I'm gonna bang 40. Okay? But nah, we back in 30. Oh man. Alright, we're just waiting for another did Cassie ever talk about Sherry Morgan? Cassie Sherry Morgan. There we go. Oh, here we go.
I have done multiple interviews of as I should, hitting you with the force and the power that you have. He didn't hit her back like, and granted, you know what I'm saying, when I was a younger guy, 17, 18, and got hit, yeah, you might hit back. Yeah. Watching that video, they broke up in 2018. So if you look at the situation of this girl leaving and what happened to her,
Yeah.
he deserved whatever comes to him.
By the way, you know what I was shocked about? And I just seen it in the recommended after I watched the video. Apparently, like they never got into Diddy. Number one, having so much. If you're gonna try to say sex trafficking, you want to prove she's helpless and she couldn't do anything, and Diddy had all the control. I mean, they didn't really all the way accentuate the idea that she goes to the hospital, she gets treated for injury. They don't even give her the medical report. They give Diddy first. That's how much power and control he had. Diddy had her get breast implants. Day after she gets breast implants, Diddy literally says, take them out before she even heals because he didn't like how they look. The decision was solely his, not hers. I'm surprised that the prosecutor didn't get it to that. Like, that shows power, right? Like, if you're trying to say someone has this fully autonomous power over someone else, if you're like, get under the knife to get breast implants, they mean like people. She gets the breast implants, you come in, you see, say, nah, take them out now. And it's not even her decision. That would be very important. I told that during the direct. Kind of shocked
for that. And this was 2016. They broke up in 2018.
Right.
That's his first thing. It's been times where people got beat up in front of the studio, and he's gonna get that footage from the studio building. He got a studio in there, but he doesn't own the building.
Yeah.
So in order to get that footage, you gotta have connections with the owner of the building. Anything that happens that's wrong, you're gonna reach out there and try to get that footage. So when they said that he got the footage, I believe in the lawsuit, she said, but what he didn't know was that, like, okay, if you could at least let me know you was going to use my name or something like that. So she has a friend named Kerry Morgan.
There we go.
And I reached out to Kerry, like, yo, tell Cassie to get at me. And even Kerry hit me back and said, Barnes, I haven't spoken to Cassie since 2018. And I said, you haven't spoken to Cassie since 2018? She said, no, not ever since Diddy went upside my head with a hanger and gave me a concussion. And I said, Diddy did what? She said, yeah, in 2018, he threw a wooden hanger at me and Cassie didn't have my back. And I haven't spoken to her since then. So when I read the,
interesting. Okay. So that's the story of Kerry Morgan. Her friendship with Cassie ended ever since there was a hanger thrown at Kerry Morgan and it hit her. And I guess she's like, yo, what the fuck? And Cassie didn't check Diddy like, yo, what you doing? That's my best friend. Like, why you trying to hurt her? Now, granted, you could probably say Cassie was scared Diddy herself. Interesting. Alright, we're still waiting for the next week. We probably got about like 30 minutes before they break for lunch. I really think this is the tip of the iceberg. I don't believe we're going to get into even half of the complete cross today. I think this is all laying the foundation. I think this entire day is going to be laying the foundation. We're gonna hear some shit, but it's laying the foundation. I think tomorrow they're gonna come, and I hate to use the word, but they're gonna come in cream pie. Okay, I hate to use
That nigga's stupid.
You can tell this is very slow, but they're making it all be known. Now I'm wondering why would they bring up Kerry Morgan? I'm wondering why. Well, it appears that they would though, because they said, I guess they were, you know what they're trying to do? They're also downplaying that. They're downplaying like, yeah, they were in a relationship, but they didn't really, the relationship was sex. Did he like her friend in the beginning? I don't know. Like, I wonder why the Kerry Morgan thing is. I don't know if they're trying to downplay it to make her look lesser important, or maybe she thought it was something it wasn't. I don't know. Okay. Stavo then says, fair to say his career was ruined after a lawsuit. I guess they're talking about Diddy. She said, I could understand that. Stavo says, let's read these messages. Mr. Cohen wrote, when are you on your period? She says, no, now. And Stavo says, what you be thinking about when you're horny? Now, this is gonna, maybe they're trying to recount this idea that she testified on direct about her being forced to do freak offs while on a menstrual cycle. Remember, she said there was no exception where she wouldn't be absent to the freak off for shit, whether it's a UTI, menstrual cycle, or anything else, or even like sometimes feeling under the weather. She had to perform at the freak off no matter what state she was in. Very interesting, Jack. Very interesting. She was a saucy little spice, but yeah, they're flirting via messages. Diddy and her flirt via messages. This now is a sexual relationship. You know what the answer like Reed. So like, this is important. Looks like Cass is slowing up on Reed in certain things. If they want to go his role, I read Cass. She asked me, right? I read for Sean, read for himself. We're very old and a lot of the captain is no problem. They could say this. Remember, she did it with no problem. Now when Diddy's going up trying to say with her, she's having a problem. She says, Ventura says, thank you. So I guess she's saying they agree. He says, okay. He says, but that's a lot of moves after a lot of moves after it, right? He says, yes. He said, after the freak off, you'd make love with Mr. Combs, right? She says, yes. So apparently after the freak off, she would have this one-on-one sexual experience with Diddy. And maybe that was what she was talking about. I wonder how she felt after making love to a nigga that rubbed semen on his nipples. The nigga had semen crushed on his fucking nipples.
What the fuck?
Huh? Whatever. Love is a powerful thing. It makes you do a lot of bullshit. That's about Kerry Morgan. I mean, this is it was basically inside the club. Yes.
Describe the whole situation. 2009, she shaves the side of her head. You were there when it happened.
Yes.
Describe the whole situation.
It was basically inside the club, and it was a lady standing up over, and I kept seeing a pump looking up, and I'm saying to myself, what is he looking at? What is he looking at? And then I think he had somebody, one of his assistants, say something to the lady. And then he told Cassie, yo, you gonna get that haircut right there. You gonna get that. And Cassie was just like, okay, Pop. You know what I'm saying? She used to call Puff Pop.
This shit's got accurate, Jack. This shit's got accurate, huh?
And she said, okay. Next thing you know, the next day, that okay, Pop. Shaved head.
mistaken, his personal barber, Curtis, was the one that cut her hair for that first time.
Okay, and she wasn't against it. It wasn't forced or anything else like that, right?
I don't know what happened in private, if she was rebuking it or not, but I know that next day she got her hair cut.
Well, I remember during that time, it became a trend. You would go to the mall and see black girls, white girls, all with the side of their head shaved. Yeah,
it became such a big thing that nobody ever looked at it as controlling. We looked at it as a brilliant marketing move.
Yeah. Okay, well, that same year, Cassie got breast implants.
Yes.
And originally, she got D cups.
Right.
Which, with a girl that small, I mean, I've met Cassie before.
Right.
I didn't know her, but I ran into her. I've had brief conversations with her. She's a relatively small girl. D cups on a girl that size is a little bit silly.
Right.
But ultimately, she did decide to get the D cups. When she got home, Puffy was upset.
Right, and she had to go back and get C cups.
Okay.
I remember that specifically because she had to wear things where she couldn't pick up stuff. So I used to have to help out the car and pick up her bags and things like that because she was wrapped up.
Okay, but when he told her go back and get them redone, was she upset?
I didn't know. I didn't know it was not because my job was just. She just went back. I didn't have that conversation of whether she was upset.
How long after the first breast job did she go back and get the second?
If I wanna, don't hold me to it. It was so long over that, but I would say a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You said pop and fine. Mr. Turner, thank you, fine. Says, I love my wife. We ain't doing no shit. That's two people with a similar case. Okay. Why can't he take you too? He said, my birthday is 17, man. Oh, party. Don't party today. It's not really a party. Just not a party. Rainbow says, happy birthday, Big Act. I love you. There you go. Brit Hart says, yo, happy birthday. I'm officially hungry. Says, I'm hungry. Ron J77 says, I'm posting a link to the video of Diddy chastising Cassie in the chat. Let me see. Can I look at this donation? Let me look at the replies. Hold on. Treacher. Thank you for the new membership. Opie snumbed the pain. Body to stimulate. Makes you feel 3 things for that, bro. She needs to feel the feeling of not feeling. Okay. Well, these motherfuckers is fucking 24/7, man. Louisiana Slick says, hey, happy acting. Act on a dead homie, cuz. So yes, Jules was in the pre-calls too. There's a Daniel Phillips. His porn name or his escort name is Jules. He was the guy who was a very regular free call dick donor. Okay? Shout out to you guys. Laconia says, I love you, Act. Game Story 5 says he had to sign a deal, married her. All his staff jobs over to the line, didn't do what he said. So the power dynamic himself was bad. That's what the prosecutor tried to prove. Tanya Vicente, thank you. The 10, she says they can start by playing the game and trying to beat her. Well, you don't let her lead the free call, but beat her. Extort her. She tries to lead by the yeah, like they definitely have proof of, like, say, text message where he says, I'm leaking this if you leave. That might show that there was some threats of violence or some backlash. D. Bacon says, happy birthday. I just turned 30. Oh, happy birthday to you. Bring it towards. this is going to contextualize the freak off and contextualize what Cassie was into. Diddy, I still think he's gay because you're grabbing semen rub you're dead. But voyeur, like he was into voyeurism. It appears that she was either into it or tolerated it because she was into it as well. She wanted to watch him, well, or let's not say once. She did. She watched him, well, other people. Okay, so she said 2 to 3 times. So she downplayed it. In first, she said she did freak offs hundreds of times, which we have to now assume most of the men. Gustavo said, "Did you ever talk with Mr. Gomes about the swinger lifestyle?" Ventura says, "Yeah, that no one talks about. I guess that was a conversation. Nobody talks about the swinger." Gustavo says, "Were you keeping freak offs secret from your friends?" She said, "Yes." Gustavo says, "His assistants help him?" She says, "With everything." Gustavo then says, "You would remember the assistant came in during sessions with Nesco, right?" She says, "Not necessarily. I was high." Gustavo says, so you don't remember much. You don't, right?" She said, I remember I invaded a lot during that relationship. Okay. All right. This lawyer is getting Cassie a little bit defensive and a little bit. She's admitting a few things. What I believe her current line of questions is proven is that we all know that Diddler is a freaky fraud. But it appears that Cassie was equally probably as freaky as well. And at least initially, her being freaky or her indulging in some of the freaky behavior was not only either her idea, but she was loving it initially. Love it. Even though she would have these conversations about, I can't wait till we have kids. Okay? Rondo 23, thank you for the 2, says, happy birthday. I've been watching since 2014 when I was 16. I appreciate you, my boy. Amka says, happy birthday. I've been a Jacqueline since 2017. Damn, girl. Thank you for watching all these years. Lucas, thank you for the 5, says, happy birthday. I've been watching over 10 years. I appreciate you, brother. Yo, chat, this is how long we've been going. You know, people have been watching for over 10 years. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, that definitely warms my heart. It shows, number one, you know, hopefully I'm doing a good job of providing with the entertainment and information that you need to get through your day or whatever, however else. But also, this shows your loyalty. You guys have been rocking me for 10 years. You know, you're not a fly-by-night supporter. You guys are going on to other stuff. You guys still come here and check in, still fuck with me. You see me growing. You see probably the best of me, the worst of me. I appreciate you guys so much, right? Yo, Jess is over here. He's checking on it. Yo, act, man. Yo, Jess. Yo, Jess, how you gonna let everybody else lie about the age without me? Why can't I say I'm 30? Everybody else lying? How? I don't even want to give up some of y'all favorite celebrities. How old y'all think so is? I don't understand. I'm joking, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, bro, like, if y'all been watching me 10 years, I'm growing with y'all. Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I'm not a rapper. I think it matters more, right? Sick, hot. He says, I left the Discord and I drive truck, so I'm bored now. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So keep me laughing. Thank you for that. bad taste, no pun intended, in the mouths of people who just off of the abuse footage, right? Like, yes, he beat her ass. We thought he was sex trafficking. And she described it that it was sex trafficking. If he beats it, I think people are going to think differently, right? Somebody says, your act was great talking about casting and lasers. I gotta go back and listen to it, right? Act says, PT Bullet Boy David says, Act, don't forget to tell Drill to wear a name tag tonight. The chat niggas want to see him about something. Wait, what y'all want to see Drill about? Jordan M. He says, blessed Earthstrong Unk. You don't even look for it. Yo, y'all won't be going to Unk Harris so bad. Y'all want to say I'm 49? I think I'm the only top media personality, I think, under 30. Let me keep that for a bit. When I get to the 40s, they'll be 50. So I'll take that. I'll be the only one in the 40s. So let me do that. Let me just keep that for a bit. So we all age. You know, I plan to do this till I'm 70. So. And I hopefully have to have my Brian James like, yo, just fell asleep, you off that food. Okay, put me in the alcohol and my son just chopped up on some wine and shit over there. That's how I want to do it. I'm enjoying life. So I'm not, the people who think that I'm scared of aging, like, I'm very happy I've been here with you guys for decades now. So, yeah, just make sure when I'm 70 and I'm keeping it up just like this, right? Y'all just make sure I be like, yo, Gramps, you drooling. The drool is falling on your shirt. It's white, okay? You know what I mean? And if I ever did, I don't know if it's age, I don't take the little drugs or whatever. I only drink alcohol. But if I ever see that white frog by my mouth, don't clown. I gotta be like, yo, Gramps, like 64 now. You got a little frog. Just leave that out before you tell us the next point. It's distracting. Just tell me that, Jack. But I do plan to do this. I'm not like I always told Adam. Adam was like, yeah. I remember the interview with Adam. He was like, yeah, I'm planning for retirement. I'm like, man, I'm never retiring. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna do this to my last day. I love doing this. This is therapy. Y'all my only friends. This is why I'm celebrating my birthday with y'all today. Alright, cool. Westside Roof says, I think the next key witness will be the white boy that got arrested for drug. Good assumption. We don't know if he's gonna be a witness. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it's gonna be him. I think they're gonna bring Jake Noah down. I think once you start with the witnesses, you might want to keep with the witnesses. So Cassie's a main witness. Jake Noah's one too. Even though maybe they'll space him out, but you know, if we're getting the tears and we're getting these testimonies of how horrible it was, maybe their strategies to bunch it together that can seem like, damn, one victim after another. The drug mule guy will come in later. That's like half the day. You don't need them to say much. And then, yeah, I don't know. I could be right where you're at. Listen. The freak off fraud. As Donald says, this is from July 2012. You say to Mr. Holmes, I'm horny and bored. This was after freak off, right? She says, there's a lot of texts. Says me 25 pages. And USA Johnson says, I would ask that the witness be allowed to read the entire document. Judge says, how many pages? Gustavo says 8. USA says, we don't have a copy for the witness. Gustavo says, we'll show it on the screen, but not in the public gallery. Okay. I see somebody on here, there's a few people who are like comments a lot. They're like, her saying she don't remember much, but yesterday she was dropping a lot of information about the free law. That doesn't look good. Yeah, I think we're realizing Cassie is backpedaling a little bit. She's a little bit on her heels. She's saying she doesn't remember certain things. Obviously, what I personally believe, I don't think she's doing this purposely. I think she was correct by the AUSAs for what they were going to expect. They probably prepped her for today, but remember, they're bringing shit that wasn't entered into evidence, right? So that's why she's kind of looking a little shaky. So maybe something she really don't remember, but also she doesn't really know how to answer the certain stuff, right? Okay. All right. Somebody says D1 list, I am low. Hey, by the way, shout out to my boy DDT. I think DDT should take this right now. At this moment, DDT should look at what's happening with this case and seesaw communication with what's her name, Halle Bailey, and you know, obviously that relationship done. But trust me, she won't have to deal with one whole thing say shit like this. You feel me? She won't say all type of bullshit. Obviously, hopefully not. And obviously, probably trying to say that. You know, that Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp was really good proof for her. When you listen to the testimony, especially the right? It's when the tears come out and she starts talking about her trauma, what she's been through. Even then, we sympathize. Like, if a man sees another man crying, whatever. A man sees a woman crying, you're inclined to try to help. So it doesn't take. But, go back to Johnny Depp versus Amber, the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. It was the cross-examination that really dropped 45 on her. You know what I mean? So, these lawyers are trying to do the same on cross-examination. And again, that's just, you know, remember I told you, they're trying to break her down, but they're not trying to be aggressive. They're trying to break her down in a very subtle way. Noble Zone, thank you, my boy. Thank you for the 10 cents. I can't make the show tonight. But I got to take it this time I have a IRL stream, so you can make the show for purchase. Love you, break the leg out. Hey, by the way, before the ticket, and you're not doing it, try to open it. Spencer said, I told you she wasn't talented at all. Right. Interesting, man. Interesting. You're into it. We're getting to it. So it looks like she's reading 8 pages of like either messages or something of the sort that's in this exhibit. It looks like yeah, it's a lot of text. So she's reading 8 pages of text messages, right? Let me see. Did we find it? Did he fail to arrive at today's day 4, actually, right? Yeah, day 4. Yeah. W son. Justin, I see you learned a little bit. Justin trying to make sure his mom gets helped out of the car. Or actually, no, this